Avast ahoy, g'day once again to ye mateys! I be Josh the Pirate, and it brings me a tottering caravan full of glee to welcome you once again to One Shot Wednesdays for our two-shot. Because it doesn't work as well. The two-shot Wednesday, it doesn't sound, it hits the ear all wrong. Anyway, above me, I have me hearty crew, the keen Karen Schlink, the sassy Shrogil, the sly Sean O'Donovan, the dynamic Dan Swelto, and the magnetic Mike Fardy. And behind the scenes today, we have the sleek Cody, the sleek Serum 76, and his good friend Cody. And we must also shout out to our admirable artist, Brepi, whose artwork can be seen on the screen right now. I believe that's Sloop. It's Brian Scale on there right now. And we also have to talk about the Loot Tavern, JessJackdaw, and the Hit Point Press, who are the folks who kindly sent us the material for you guys to enjoy while we run for you. That was what I meant. Now, this is all early access content and a sneak peek into what you will be getting if you, like one of 14,000 other people, back Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting on Kickstarter. It is live for another 30 hours, so get in there nice and quick, and you could be like me and Nova and 14,000 other people for getting a copy of this incredible material. There are 11 one-shots in it now, all sort of individual monster hunts and a whole new class and a bunch of new subclasses. It's exciting and very clever. They have raised just over 2 million Australian dollars thus far. They are killing it. Stretch goals are looking pretty tasty. So, my lovely friends who have come to play with me today, who are you and where the fuck are you from? We'll start with Karen.
Hello, I am Karen Slink. You can find me on Twitter most days under Mother O Bunnies. But you can also find me right here on Roll for Damage on Thursday nights with the Academy of Xandar, where I'm playing a slightly older and wiser version of the character I'm playing tonight. Inverted commas are mandatory. But you can also check out the D&D podcast that I'm also a part of, There Be Dragons, where I play a Dragonborn because the irony is just too good.
Well, that was the first character you ever created as well. And, you know, you are dragons. Dragons is the thing for you. Dragons is things.
Yeah, 88, baby. I'm a dragon.
Boom. All right. Shrogirl, tell us about yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Shrogrill. I now have purple hair. What's next? Who knows? Let's make it all invisible next week. You can find me pretty much here today and whenever I'm next summoned back from the ether as one of my many characters. And you can also find me on my own channel, Shrogrill, where at the moment I'm kind of delving into some science and investigating and randomly naming my houseplants like Fernie Sanders over here. Yeah, that's me really. I'm going to pass it on very quickly before I have to name anything else.
I need to know the names of all your plants.
Shro, I love the fact that you were like, maybe your hair will be invisible next week. If you talk to an orc, your hair is currently invisible.
Yes, yes it is.
Yeah, because you've never seen a purple orc. Cool. Next is Sean. Tell us about yourself, Sean.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sean O'Donovan. I am from the channel Paradise RPG. I am the DM over there for our flagship show, Advantage in Paradise. And also do several other shows over there at my nerd home, Paradise. I am also play a older, probably not wiser, Auric in the Scales Above campaign, which is typically on Friday nights on Roll for Damage at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, early in the morning for you folks. What else do? I do other things, but my brain is short-circuiting. I need to have more coffee.
It's very early for Sean right now.
Generally, Sean is just being awesome in many varying degrees of nerdiness, and it's fabulous.
Torturing Shannon?
Yes. I bully Shannon often, but then she bullies me back. Yeah. Sometimes Nova joins in. It's all good fun.
Yeah, for at least the boys. Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan. I am from the meat space, and therefore you can't find me anywhere on social media. Otherwise, I'm D-Reb on Twitch chat or on Roll for Damage's Discord. Come hang out. But if you actually, I've been here for some time, you can also see me at Humblewood as a Yeehaw wizard bird, but used to be who I'm playing today, Helvig, the spiky murder boy that is a pacifist, he swears. And that, yeah.
Yeah, marvelous. Mike, tell us about yourself.
Hello, I'm Mike Farty. I, like Dan, am invisible. You'll never find me. Just try and do it. You'll never find me. If you do want to hear my voice, though, I am the DM over on the Wonders and Blunders podcast, which does exist in the virtual space. Oh, I need a green screen now.
Yeah.
And we are a horror comedy podcast, D&D5e, and we've got a really cute family vibe. And our episode 100 just came out on Monday, and we are just we're getting so close to the final confrontation, and then we're going to launch season 2. It's going to be so much fun. So check us out at Wonder and Blunder on all social medias.
Amazing.
And today I play Sloop Brine Scale. And you'll see who that is if you don't already
Excellent. Yeah, brace yourselves for Sloop. All right, so I must remind our waxed, tanned, and undeniably beach body ready audience to please follow, and subscribe. All the things. We have all the socials, and you can catch up on the episodes you missed on YouTube. Mateys, I think we're going to need a recap. What the fuck happened last time? Anybody who want to take it away?
Tig,
Very well.
Tig, do recap.
Oh, thank God.
Brace yourselves.
So, Tig got bored being tree. So Tig let part of Brain go for walk. Tig then appear in soggy wet mess land with crumple flat paper word with pointy arrow. Tasted delicious. Found short, angry, grumpy. Stabby stab. We friends now. Then found blue little thing. Is captain now. Tig boat. Then find shiny, spiky, tiny tribe. He's special. Tig favorite. And also smart bookman, Icky. Icky is smart and need book. I miss book. But then we go find Smarty Pants, Professor Doodle and we then go find monsters and Tig fight and keep safe, and everything is happy ending.
Solid.
Amazing.
All the salient points covered.
Yes.
There.
Yeah. There's this alligator.
If anybody wants to fill in any gaps that you feel
there's
Tig
this
may have left.
alligator that was ill, and Sloop had to heal it, and Mr. Oric and his brave Strig, who's flying overhead naked, and Tig went to harvest the sacks and then into bottles, and there was the brood thingy, and it was they're using it as a hatchery or something, and then we went off and got ambushed by a swallybog and a snake and a wormling thingy, and there was a shark in there, but we didn't know that before, and we captured the dragon, and a bunch of people got hypnotoaded. It was terrible. It was a terrible time, to be honest, but we got there, and now we're here, and we're gonna harvest the corpses. Yeah.
Yay, corpse harvesting!
Yay.
Yeah.
What have I created?
Biology class.
I love biology class.
All right.
Yeah, I
Well,
love how
maybe.
Helvig just glossed over how I accidentally sent the Swallybog to his death by telling him to go into the water, and then he got
That's
was
how he
hell we
keeps
could
saying.
convince
It
the
was a
guy to
horrible
be.
time, but it was also
Sure.
fabulous, and Tig enjoyed the show very much.
Hey, at least I didn't go and get into the water and get attacked by a shark. That would have
I
sucked.
know, that's why I
would've
loved it
sucked,
so
yeah.
much. You sent someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have sent Brian, but no. Send in Glub Glub. Glub Glub.
That's
his name
right,
was,
Glub
actually.
Glub.
He didn't
Yeah.
even
Glub shot
understand.
me.
He didn't
R.I.P.
even
Glub
understand when I told us the
R.I.P.
words of murder.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, mateys, may your betrayals be timely and all your poker knives hit their intended targets as we venture tremulously once more into the shadow of the Broodmother. Firstly, we need to lock in what we are harvesting. You guys killed a thing,
Oh, God.
and you now need to harvest its organs for meat space. So yeah, what are you gonna grab? You could grab. Hang on, where are we? You can grab eyes, tentacles, broodling sacs, vials of mucus, its hide, and the thing that that Dr. Dulots definitely needs is a pheromone gland.
All right.
Just the word gland. Doesn't sit
Gland.
well with me.
Yeah.
Then let's get it.
And you also need to determine who's going to be doing the harvesting. Optimal
What?
team would be V and Auric, but Tig is a close second in turn instead of V. And
What kind of skill is harvesting, God?
it's Arcana based. If for
Oh.
those who weren't with us last week, it is an Arcana check, but so it's two people do it. The assessor assesses within their intelligence Arcana, and then the carver makes a dexterity Arcana check. Then we add the totals together, and I'll tell you what you get with that check. So if you want more than one thing, you tell me in what order you will be taking them, and you get everything that is covered by the check you make up to the number that you've said.
Okay.
You've already harvested a broodling sack
Damn.
from Felix the alligator you met last week.
Yeah.
I was actually going to call him Kevin, but I remembered no, that would be Kevin. Yeah, he was.
Felix is the
different.
one that I
Yeah.
took for a snack pack.
Yeah. So Kevin the alligator donated a broodling sack.
Shank.
Do we know we have
Always.
that though?
Yes,
Yes.
We
yeah.
do.
because Tig and Auric had a parent-teacher science moment.
Yes, they did. And so, yeah, what else would you like? Knowing that the good doctor has said she needs, if you've got a suitable egg sac already, you also need some mucus. With that, she can make an arm prosthesis symbiote thing that can spit poisonous mucus and bite at foes. She can make a book out of a pair of 3 eyes and some teeth. Or she can make a coat that grabs foes with its tentacles, as well as helping the user breathe underwater. And that requires the hide and a couple of tentacles. But the thing she super needs, and it's actually super easy to get, is the pheromone sac, a gland.
Right. Well. Like how on a scale of 1 to 10, I suppose. On a scale of
Okay.
1 to 10, how disgusting is the corpse?
It's pretty recently murdered by by your scarecrow as well. So the claws are fairly clean. You're fairly assiduous, I believe. Fastidious, not assiduous.
Fastidious.
Fastidious about your companion's claws, but it is lying in a swamp. So, and it's actually seeming to decompose like rapidly. Like as Dr. Dulot said to you, you're going to want to harvest it there rather than bring it back. Otherwise, a lot of it will be sort of. You reckon it's got an hour before it's really just all of the magical bits are not magical anymore. Auric.
I suppose we should prioritize the pheromone pouch first, as it is what we are here for. We already have egg sacs, so then maybe perhaps get some mucus, and then if we can, acquire what's needed for the Book of Memory with the eyes and the
Teeth.
bunch of
Yep.
teeth.
Very well.
Is what I wrote down. Bunch of teeth.
I've got a scarecrow with built-in knives, if that's any help.
It seems
Well,
like
knives
he's
are
useful.
certainly helpful, but are they dexterous?
Dexterous is Brian.
Brian's fairly dexterous. You actually buffed Brian's dexterity up
Did excellent.
when you tamed him, and we'll get to those rules a little bit later. But yeah, Brian's dex is +2. He's reasonably dexterous.
Yes.
He's
quite
more dexterous than your average scarecrow, actually. It's not a phrase you get to say. Brian's more dexterous than your average scarecrow. One would
More
hope.
dexterous than your average scarecrow.
Hey, boo-boo.
All right. Well, I will be like,
Saying
he's fairly dexterous. I'm sure he could scissor you out a pheromone pouch.
So
He's not as dexterous as Tig mechanically,
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna rush up from where I was back a ways with my feather boa constrictor and just push Brian out the way and be like,
Hey.
"Take more
Fine.
dexterous." Ow.
so
so
eyes and then teeth.
do we just butcher it, like all of it?
You're going to be
Pretty
taking
much.
most of it this way. You're going to want its
Okay.
eyes, its teeth, some mucus, and one of its pheromone glands.
I'm just going to boldly propose that anything that's left we throw in for the shark.
It sure
Just feels
is
like a
rat.
nice thing to do.
Well, Tig would probably like some of it.
Icky.
Yes, darling.
We need fancy moon pouch first. Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So, I presume it'll be Tig and Auric again making the checks.
Yes.
So make me an make me an Arcana check. Auric and Tig, make me a Dex check. Because you're not proficient with Arcana, I believe.
Come on.
10 and a
19.
19. That's all right. That's 29 all up. Very well. That gets you. You're not going to have enough for the book, but you will have enough for the
Oh,
the
dang.
symbiotic arm prosthesis. So I can now reveal that the pheromone gland was a single point. I didn't make it very hard because I added it. It's not something that's actually originally in the thing. Then each vial of mucus takes 15. So you get that. You're up to 16 there. You will also get 2 eyes, which are 5 each.
Right.
So you get 26 before the body disintegrates to the point where there just isn't anything else you can harvest.
Can we throw it to the shark now?
Yeah, what's left of it, you've dismantled a good portion of its head to get what you've gotten. And you could probably still take a trophy or two if you wanted. Just mechanically, the only thing you've managed to harvest is a pair of eyes and the mucus and the pheromone gland.
Does it have like a particularly impressive fang or talon?
Yeah, it
I was
has.
looking for a skull.
I mean,
Unless it's
yeah,
like
you'd have.
gelatinous.
The thing is, it's a sort of an insectile creature. Most of its skeleton is on the outside, but you can
Yeah.
take a good portion of its like chitin if you want like a big old chunk of chitin for you, Tig. But yeah, it's got some claws or a tooth.
I'm going to ask Brian to get me a tooth.
Make a strength check for Brian, which is flat, I think. So just roll a d20. 13. Yeah. Brian goes up to it and with his lanky skeletal hands places one hand on the head and grabs hold of one of its teeth and just pulls, and out comes 3. 2 of them are shattered, but one's pretty good.
Oh.
And Brian just holds it up to you. And I imagine all of Brian's movements are just sort of like
Thank you, Brian.
very abrupt,
Good work.
deeply unsettling thing to watch.
Gold
I imagine.
star.
Cool.
I'm gonna. Is there like some sort of does it have like antennas? Since you said it's kind of insectile.
Only in the way it's put together. It's looks a bit like a manta ray, but with armor.
Oh.
So can I have some antennas?
It would have.
Does it have, like,
if you remember from last session, it has 2 sets of jaws. It's got the normal jaws, and then it's got the sort of mouth parts. Those are the most antennary bits, really, on its head.
Okay.
Mandibles.
Mandibles,
yes.
that's the one.
Can
Thank
I
you.
please try and get the mandibles?
Yeah.
I
Make a
want to
strength
pretty
check.
much get them with the tendons still attached.
Very
if
well.
I can.
Make a strength check
Yes.
with your 23 strength.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I would
mean-
like to rage and get the other pair. You said there's two pairs of
He's
mandibles.
angry.
Well, no, one is just its mouth. So you've got the mandibles on the side ones. Yeah, you definitely pull them off. I don't think you do a particularly clean job of it, though. Like, Tig is easily strong enough to do it. It's just one is complete, one is like half of it. It's whether Tig cares. Yeah.
It's fine. They'll do. As long as I can still like pull the tendon and they still do this, I'm happy.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, good. Great.
One of them works.
Awesome.
Oh,
Oh, I imagine the other one's just like sadly hanging there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, with all of your gear, you stored safely away in the suitcase that Dr. Dulotz gave you. You return back to her house.
Yeah, I wave
And,
goodbye to the sharks as we feed the rest to the sharks.
Yeah, you presumably push the body into the bog and the sharks consume it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, you return to Dr. Dulotz and rest up and have dinner. So she... Yes?
On the way back, can I be sort of like following behind Soup with the mandibles, just like chasing him and pulling the tendon, like...
I have no problem with this. It's entirely in
was
character.
also saying goodbye to the shark the whole time, like, oh, these waters are no place for you, my friend, too cloudy and dark for your poor gills. And then turning around and seeing everyone just covered in like goo and viscera is just like, oh god. So you're chasing him and he's just running away while barfing. It's gross. Oh, it's so gross.
Okay. Yeah, you go back to Dr. Delotz's house. She's actually made you up a sort of sleeping area, sort of comfy padded mattresses all over the place in one area. And she says, basically, how do you all spend your evenings? She would say, I've prepared a light repast if you fancy. Oh, fantastic. And takes the suitcase off Auric and says, you're welcome to assist if you like. She proceeds to, was like, oh, splendid. I could make you that arm prosthesis thing if you like, with these bits. So the eyes are actually quite handy on their own, interestingly enough. If you could possibly mount one on the prosthesis for a secondary effect. How's that sound?
An eyeball on the arm?
It's actually a symbiote. It's like it melds into your flesh when you attach it,
That's
when you
pretty
attune
cool.
to it. Yeah. I don't know who'll want it. And she's like, I'll also make that tracking device. I actually think thematically, Tig is the least good idea for this.
Tig's not a good idea for this.
This is
She's
a
just
parasitic
stupid.
organism.
Yeah, she's just stupid. She shouldn't
Yeah.
have this.
No.
I don't know if my fireflies count as a parasitic organism, but
If you make them
kind of.
annoying, they do.
More symbiotic, I think, there, Helvig.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know what that means.
V, you have acquired a new companion.
I do. I have my copper dragon captured.
But you were concerned about it, aren't you?
Yeah, it doesn't look well. Basically, I want to talk to Delotz about her kind of abilities to care for it. Whether she could provide some medical attention to it if I was to eject it from its current carrying dagger.
Yeah. She would say, so you've brought one back alive.
Well, it's a copper. It was a coppery dragon thing, and I caught it, but it looks really sick. Like it's got like little things on it.
And at this point, you remember you're talking to a brass dragon, or dragonborn. But she says, "Well, let the poor thing out. Of course, of course."
Okay. I just said to warn you, it hasn't been in there long enough to obey my commands. So when I let it out, it's not going to do what I tell it to. It won't do what Brian does.
I see. How long does it take for
Uh,
you to bond
be-
with it?
It basically takes overnight. So by tomorrow morning, it'll do what I tell it to do.
I see.
But it's whether
Well-
you could tell it, like, I know you're not the same species, but you're kind of like adjacent.
Well, it would speak Draconic if it's a dragon. Let's give it a go. The poor thing's probably feeling very down under the weather, and I imagine being in your balls has some degree of, well, you know, the knifey things has some degree of calming effect on it. Let's pop the little fellow out.
I'll be like, well, I'll get up Brian first so he can,
Sure.
assist.
Technically speaking, you're only allowed one out at once.
Okay. Well, then I
will
don't do
guard
that.
her.
I'll be
I
like,
will stand
take-
guard.
Tig, I can't do two at once, so you're going to have to hold this thing down if it decides to start some trouble.
Oh, Tig help or Tig play?
Help.
Oh.
But if Tig help, then Tig play.
Tig helping.
Very well.
So I'll get out the little dagger with the bauble on the end, and I'll
Sure. A poker knife.
poke knife. And I'll drop it on the floor and release the dragon.
Cool. This 6 foot long copper dragon wormling sort of uncurls onto the floor. Where when Brian comes out, it's fairly dramatic. This thing, it's not so much. There's a small puff of green smoke, and it's there like curled up, fetal position on the ground. Its tail curled around it. Its wings badly cracked with sort of dehydration by the looks of it.
Aw.
It's really not looking good at all. And she immediately, all along its back are the egg sacs that you could see before. And she says, "Oh my goodness, you poor thing. Here, Tigario, would you mind helping me lift it up?" And she help her carry it to the dissection table.
I pick it up like a little baby and just like scoop it up and gently pop
There
it
is a
down.
rabbit
Don't
about
you
to
dare.
eat.
Mooncake.
I do what I want, Human.
I want
So,
to
yeah.
call
Place
lunch.
the baby dragon thingy on the table and like start patting it gently.
She says, "Mistress V, would you mind getting some water from the swamp? There's a bucket over there."
I'll go get some water.
And she said, when you come back with it, she hands you a damp cloth and says, "It's very dry. So what happened is it's been infected with the Broodmother's Sval secretes this mucus, and it can be very infectious. You want to avoid getting hit with it if you at all can. It's such an abject lesson for all of you. It is an illness that causes you to need to be submerged, makes you basically forced to be aquatic. But it doesn't actually give you the ability to breathe or swim underwater. It just makes you need to sit in water and make you deeply uncomfortable when you're not. So when you run the water over these cracked and chapped scales, V, you actually notice that it's very briefly goes back to normal, and it appears soothing to the creature. She goes, "Had you thought of a name?"
No, not as yet. I
It's a
normally
girl, if that helps.
Oh, cool. I don't know. What sort of names do dragons like?
Well, one this young wouldn't. They normally come across their names themselves, but the one this young won't have yet. It's sort of the dragons name themselves rather than their parents doing it for them. I can. The first part of the treatment will be removing the egg sacs. Mr. Auric, if you wouldn't mind assisting me, you look like you have a good pair of steady hands.
Certainly, we did a bit of extracting on the road.
You did?
Off of a rather infected alligator, crocodile.
Oh.
It's where we got some of these egg sacs.
Oh, I see. Oh, splendid. Well, how clever of you. Very enterprising. Well, yes, the process will be very similar then. The trick is removing them without causing undue discomfort, but keep moistening the poor thing. And basically, this will pretty much count towards bonding.
Okay.
This would pretty much allow you to bond with it. You work your way up and down the body, but wind up just at her head, cradling her head in your arm and moistening its brow every now and again. While Auric and Dr. Dulotz surgically remove all the nasty egg sacs off its back.
V tries not to watch.
It's not
It's a
too
prodigious.
Yeah.
It's a prodigious infection. It's quite.
It's very resilient as well. I think the only way to actually cure it would be to kill Stval, which is convenient because you're going to do that anyway. And actually, it's a remarkably useful thing because you'll have proof whether or not you've done it if our little friend here gets better. But-
Will it need to stay outside of the container to heal?
No, I believe I don't really understand the workings of your magic knives, but I believe that they are capable of healing inside as well. I believe it's some sort of small pocket dimension.
More or less.
Well, then it would be, one would assume it would be sort of perfectly suited for the creature inside it and would sort of change itself, alter itself to suit their needs. So I imagine when she's in there, it'll be mostly a bath. So you can pop her back in there, or you can do a little bit of, when she's up to it, which shouldn't be too long, give her overnight to rest, and then in the morning perhaps you can see how she works, see how you two get along. Cool. What does anybody else do with their evenings? So that would take about an hour all up to achieve, and then she would say, right, well, best to pop her back in the container for now, I think, my dear. Auric, if you fancy watching, I will now commence manufacturing the symbiote and the seeking device, if you fancy it.
Oh, certainly. I'm very interested indeed in how you manage such infectious materials to create such items. Do you happen to have any scraps remaining or anything left over after artificing these? I wouldn't mind getting my hands on those.
Well, there's plenty of egg sacs spare.
All right.
Like now that you've taken them off the little dragon, who isn't that little actually? It's easily bigger than they.
I'm like, yeah, it's huge.
Twice the size of Helvig.
Whoa.
Takes just
Yeah, about 2/3 the size of Tig, to be honest, but quite slender. Built like a greyhound.
oh, I love.
Like long but fairly lanky, very much still a child of its species. And you see Dr. Dulot's actually talking to it and explaining the situation, but speaking to it as one would speak to a child or a young child.
I understand, Draconic.
Then you can hear what she's saying. It's basically, don't you worry, young V will take good care of you. We'll get you
He's
all
like, don't know what
sorted
you're
out.
saying, but I'm sure it's good.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe even you could help. How about that? How exciting! And its eyes sort of
It's a good thing we
flutter
didn't
open.
kill this intelligent toddler.
Yeah. Its eyes, V, are faceted like an insect's. It has sort of compound eyes that glitter like rubies. They are red, and that's sort of how you can tell that it's sort of able to understand and think again. Its eyes have lost that cataracty, yellowy mucus across the top of them, and it looks at you when she says, "Young V will take good care of you." It looks at you for the first time, and it doesn't smile exactly, but you do get the impression that it's pleased to see you. And then you pop it back in its container. So yeah, Auric would probably spend a good portion of the evening up to the elbows with Dr. Dulatz. Her primary infectious containment device is actually she casts Mage Hand over both of her actual hands so that she never comes into contact with anything. It's sort of like gloves.
I did that.
Yeah, I'm stealing your idea, Dan. But hers
Borrowing.
manifest as physical, actual, manifest as a light green, yellow cover over her hands, and go up to about the mid forearm.
The big gloves.
Yeah, like rubber gloves. So what does everybody else do with their evening? Sloop, how do you spend your night?
I think Sloop he's standing next to this whole operation the whole time that it's going, and they're like, we need to extract things, and he goes to pull out a dagger, and then someone else does it, and he's like, okay. And it's like, we need to speak to the dragon, and he's like, oh, I can. And then everyone's talking to the dragon, and he's like, well, fine, okay. And then
You
just
do
starts,
understand
picking...
what's said, though.
Yeah. I think people might overhear him mumbling in the background, like, someday when you are better, you will be huge, and you will ravage this landscape. And I will be there doing your bidding on the sea. And then kind of spins around and is just going to go looking for a bar cart.
If you say that, Dulatz would go, don't give it bad ideas in Draconic.
Yeah, and he turns back and it's like, it's its nature. It's where it will be happiest.
It's
Or
metallic.
Hey, if anyone will be raining down chaos with this thing, it'll be me.
It's
Oh,
okay.
very
It's
good.
okay. Soup. You're not big and strong. You don't have big brain like Tig. So it's okay. We fix. Okay, we fix. Everyone, don't worry. We fix. Okay, we go. And I'm gonna scoop him up by both of his arms and just walk him out the front door. Place him on the floor, grab his hand and go, okay, we make you brain big and strong like Tig, okay? And I'm gonna power walk.
Just
And
dragging
expect him to
Sloop
keep
as
up
he's
with me.
looking back, grasping at the bar cart that he hopes is somewhere within the house.
We're just making rounds of the house. I don't know where we're going.
Okay. Helvig, what does Tiny Tribe do with his evening?
I also hover around the table, but mainly because Oryx is busy. I'm just waiting. I want to ask to talk to the string.
Sure.
I'm just waiting there. I'm just in the waiting room. If they need my help, I guess, but I'll just stand and wait.
What would Gladstone be doing, Auric?
Oh, Gladstone. This is Gladstone 1. If anyone's watched Scales Above, Oric's been through dozens of iterations of Gladstone, and tonight might be the first night Gladstone experiences Oric's experiments after getting some success. So if Kelvig is watching later, it might be a horrifying sight for him.
Yeah.
Right now, Gladstone
he
is just on his shoulder because Gladstone 1 doesn't know any better.
Excellent.
Even
So
in the afterlife, he's scarred.
You probably just constantly head on a swivel like owls do. You would make eye contact with you more than once, Helvig.
I do this. I'm like, hey, you're so cool.
Would you say it in Birdfolk?
Yes.
Gladstone doesn't respond, but his head does turn on its side like, fuck? Wait, hang on. It's not that, but it hoots back at you. But it does You definitely get that it at least understood that you were talking to it, and it was trying to understand what you were saying.
Oh no, I don't understand your accent. That's okay. I keep trying to talk to it.
If Helvig keeps getting slowly closer, Auric would just sort of like shoo Gladstone away to go and interact with Helvig.
Well, Auric, he's your familiar, so what would Gladstone do or say? I am happy to rule that Gladstone can speak birdfolk if for the joy of this.
I mean, Gladstone is from the Feywild, where I do believe there are bird folk. So, and Auric has never cared enough to know if Gladstone could talk in any languages besides Common. Listen to Auric. So, so yeah, I'm all for him being able to talk with Helvig.
So yeah, this owl hoots back at you. It's quite simple language. Like it's sort of like two people speaking a common language that neither of them know particularly well. Is the level at which you can communicate. But yeah, you can definitely talk to him.
Yeah. Why are you naked? That's not something I should said, but I just was really curious about it. And if it's like your choice, I fully like support it, and I think it's so brave. But and then you're like not, you're not like me who have spines who have like natural defenses. Like other people have armor. And I need to just stop.
So Gladstone, his head has been slowly tilting more and more to the side. Like, fuck are you going on about? And it hoots back that he doesn't really need to, and where he's from, everybody just goes around with it all out.
Oh my god! So you're not from the wood? That explains the accent.
Exotic.
He's like, I'm from the Feywild. It's different vibe there.
Oh.
Lot more free and easy.
At least it's not. So there's no fire and death there.
I mean, there was a bit a while back, but yeah, that's all been. It wasn't fire and death. It was more like shadows and death.
Oh. Okay.
I'm so glad I know Tariel a bit.
Yeah. Auric would kind of look over his shoulder and see this very strange interaction.
How big is Gladstone? About a foot and a half?
Gladstone's not that large. Yeah, probably about a foot and a half.
So it's maybe half the Helvig's height.
Yeah, Auric would shout over to Helvig. Do be careful. Don't tell him your name. He might steal your soul.
What is the word? Yeah.
If Gladstone goes, no, I won't do that. He's an ass.
Okay.
But then, in fairness, if I was going to steal your soul, if I knew your name, I wouldn't admit that.
Oh, I'm very concerned now.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you, but you don't know how I'm fucking with you. I'm not sure if my soul is taken. And then, he leans in close to you. He sort of flutters over a little bit and gets up on a low table so he can look into your eyes. And you get one massive owl eye looking right at you.
Limbo back, and my spine's like pierce the floor, so I have like.
And he goes, yeah, there is something else in there. Weird. I don't want your soul anyway, kid. Don't worry. I've settled on a voice for him. I think he's like, I don't want your soul anyway, kid.
No.
Oh man, Gladstone 1 is so confident.
I can't wait to tell all my friends.
He doesn't know many. Yeah, a lot's going to happen to Gladstone in the future, I suspect. Near future as well.
Yeah, just keep talking the small talk with him.
Helvig chats with Gladstone. Sloop and Tig go for a walk until Sloop tries to get away.
Yeah, I think at some point Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I would go to Oric afterwards to be like, thank you for the opportunity to talk with your like string butler thingy.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Bunch of fireflies are like, ooh,
And
as you
Auric,
tap.
behind Helvig, you can see Gladstone sitting on a perch going, don't ever make me do that again.
Oh wow.
Fanboys.
Oh, you will most certainly be doing that again. And much worse.
Yeah, Tig.
Okay, so yeah, what happens with Sloop? And then we'll move on.
Yeah, I think just Sloop, while getting dragged along at some point, is going to try to like pull like a monitor lizard or something off of a tree, and just like slide its arm into Tig's hand and get his arm out, and then just like really quickly take out an old map and fold it into a little paper hat and put it on the monitor lizard, and just be like, best of luck, and go back.
I'm not even going to roll for this. I enjoy the
I was
mental
gonna
image
try
so
and
much.
roll a grapple check to stop this, but I love the monitor lizard with a paper pirate hat even more.
Being dragged along.
It's just having a bad day. It's like, what
And
the
Tig will
fuck?
notice at some point,
And she'll
but
be
be like, oh hell, like this didn't do you any good at
Oh.
all. You've actually gotten smaller and weaker.
We walked too far. Maybe if we walk backward, we fix.
Soup, you go inside and find a drinks tray.
Yeah, and then just like finds a high point of like up on a bookshelf or something and tilts his own hat down over his head and enjoys a nightcap.
Sure. The only other question we have to ask is, so here's the thing with the monster tamers. When they tame a creature, depending on its level, depending on its creature rating, its challenge rating, that's 1 CR, you can upskill it. You train them basically. And if you catch them after level 1, it depends. It scales up with you to keep them roughly in line with you a bit. You get more points the lower the CR level is, so you can a CR 1 quarter creature can be improved significantly more than a CR 1 creature, like for example a copper dragon wormling. However, at level 5, you do get 2 points to spend on your copper dragon wormling. Now you can improve its speed, its hit die, its ability score, its attack modifier, its damage modifier, its skill proficiencies, and its saving throws. Or give it another saving throw proficiency, rather. Each of these cost correspondingly more points. You have 2 points to spend, and with that, you could improve a damage modifier, improve attack modifier, add 1 to an ability score, 1 to a hit die, or you could increase one of its speeds by 10 feet. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna give it some extra strength.
Sure.
Like it needs it. It's had
it
a rough time. We're gonna buff it. We're gonna give it a little, workout regime, build
Sure.
up those biceps.
That works out quite well then. It has a strength of 15, so we can improve it to a strength of 16, making it a +3 strength, which would also, I would say, increase its bite attack to hit on a +5 and do 1d10 +3 piercing damage, which is pretty boss. So I will just quickly make that modification, 1d10 +3. It's pretty decent damage. It's also got its breath weapon still. There's nothing stopping you using that. Cool, alrighty. And have you got a name for her yet?
V has spent the time she was gently dabbing this thing's forehead, contemplating her encyclopedic-like memory of appropriate dragon names, and has settled on Draga.
Draga. Cool. We will call her Draga then. Excellent. Alrighty, cool. So a new day dawns, swampy and boggy as the last. Dr. Delots has been up most of the night, laboring on the items, and while most were completed before you went to bed, she has only finished the last when you awakened. Apparently it needed to steep. That is the tracking device. It is a piece of broodling chitin shaped to fit over most noses comfortably, with copper plates riveted to the side of it that would seem to bend to fit the face better. And mounted on each of these is a pair of small glass globes with tubes coming out, and mating with the chitin piece. The whole thing sits on your nose, and the globes are filled with a noxious-looking yellow gas. She says, I call this my sensory enhancement equipment, which pleasantly abbreviates to C in common. Not deliberate, I assure you, just an amusing coincidence. And amusingly enough, it actually doesn't help you see at all, but rather smell. Mechanically, well, Josh is now speaking, mechanically, it grants the user advantage on perception checks for the next 3 days. And at which point the gas will wear out. So you'd have to get more pheromone gas to recharge it. It also allows the wearer to track the pheromone trails left by the broodlings perfectly. You can basically almost see them. And she also has the symbiote ready as well. It's in a large glass tank filled with bog water. But you can see quite clearly in it, lying in it, what would be, basically it looks like a small broodling. But it doesn't have, it's only got one eye instead of three, mounted centrally on its upper carapace. And it looks a little flatter than a normal broodling, and it is quite small as well. It would only be about yay long, and perhaps that thick. And if you care to look underneath it, you would see loads of little barbs all the way underneath its undercarriage. She says, well, this little fellow here is a...
Ugly one.
It's not very pretty. Oh, don't say that. You're awesome.
It doesn't seem to be conscious.
That's probably a good thing.
She said,
"Yes, no,
you definitely wouldn't want it conscious. This is called, I call this a brood slinger. I've made one before. We called it Ling's Bane because it, well, never mind. And I accept no responsibility for any enslavement caused by accidental generation of new aboleths caused by this item. It can hold...
That's one hell of a fine print. Just saying.
Look, as long as you're strong of will, you'll be fine. So mechanically, when you attune to it, you add 1 point of piercing damage whenever you hit with an unarmed attack. And it has an action called Mucus Spit. It comes with 10 charges, and you can burn a hit dice to recharge that many charges. As an action, you can cause the Broodslinger to spit a globule of acidic mucus at a target within 60 feet. It's a ranged spell attack with a +5 to hit. On a hit, the target takes 2d6 acid damage. And if you expend an additional charge, you can make it an area effect.
Oh.
And everything within 5 feet, taking 1d4 acid damage on a failed dex save. It's pretty gross, but pretty cool.
I mean, I've been in gross stuff.
And because it's got the Broodmother's eye mounted on it, it has an additional effect. You can also basically cast Charm Person as an extra charge.
Oh.
Its eye is currently closed with a sort of nasty chitinous lid, but if you pointed it at somebody and pull the lid back, or just concentrate on it because you're sort of bonded with the creature, you can stare at somebody with this eye. You can also use it to look around corners and stuff. So basically, when you're bonded with it, you can see through this eye.
That's so weird.
Yeah, you'd have a third eye mounted on the end of one of your arms.
I mean, I guess it's like having like Pier or Gladstone or something.
Yeah, it's not unlike that. Who wants it?
He's just like...
Does anybody actually want it? I'll take care of it.
I love the idea of Helvig with a symbiote arm thing.
I'm just
He's a friendly boy. Yeah. You really should have been a spore druid. I mean, if everybody's okay with it, Helvig can have the brood slinger. All right.
I've already got an acidic scarecrow. I'm fine.
Sure. Is he still acidic?
Yeah, we'll keep him acidic.
Sure. That actually melds well with Draga, because she produces acidic damage as well. Anyway, but now her claws do too. Cool. Alrighty. Helvig, you down in the handouts.
What do I do? Do I put my hand in like, hello, friend?
Yeah. So, okay. I wrote this. Yeah, you
Get in
put
the
your
tank 'cause
hand.
I'm so small.
You put your hand in the tank, and the creature, which was perfectly, like, just completely, it looked unconscious, immediately grabs your arm and wraps itself around it and mounts itself properly. You feel dozens of small barbs reach through your skin as the creature thing is places itself upon your arm. Then the tentacles at the back, there's two, wrap themselves rapidly around your elbow. Painfully at first, and then seemingly in response to your discomfort, the thing lessens its grip. Its underdeveloped front limbs curl around your forearm, and it closes its mouth parts. Whilst not sentient exactly, or even really conscious, you can feel it there, bonded to you, and to a degree, living off you.
Right, you have a parasitic acid chucker.
Yeah. Is it left or right arm, Helvig?
Well, I mimed it with the right arm, so I guess right arm.
Right arm. Okay, great. Appendices. Yes, magic items in Appendix A is the Brood Slinger. Show to players. Show to everybody. There you go. It should be in your.
Oh, it's a French.
It's adorable, but gross.
Hello, buddy.
Pig's gonna reach back for some sort of heavy object and just start.
Do you have a name? Okay.
It does not respond. It's not really conscious thought.
That's okay. I'll name you something. I'll think about it.
Pig name?
It sort of squelches at you a bit. All of its abilities are also there, Dan, so that you can see them.
Yes, thank you.
When you want to use it, if you ever want to use it against its mother. Cool.
It feels a little wrong somehow.
Yeah. Who would like the C, the sensory enhancement apparatus? Oh, thank you, Serum. Yes, that's the unpleasant thing Helvig has on his forearm now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Would anybody like the other thing? Significantly less invasive.
I think it would be wasted on Sloop.
Who's the most perceptive of us?
That's a good question.
Not me.
None of you have very high wisdom.
No.
So we'd need wisdom for it?
I
think,
have
yeah.
exactly
For perception.
proficiency bonus.
She said if you're strong of will, you'll be fine.
Look,
Not-
I don't
not
have
for the
any
nose
bonuses
thing.
for wisdom, so I don't know
Oh, it's
if
for
I'm
this,
game to
right?
put that on.
I'll
No,
take it.
not for the nose thing. That's for the symbiote.
Right.
The
My
nose
charisma
thing
is very
can't
high.
possess you.
Oh, okay, great. Cool.
Sorry?
Auric, you happy to wear the nose thing?
I'll wear the nose thing.
Alrighty. Auric, you put it on. It's almost like the world. It's almost like sight stops being your primary sense. You know how human beings, we tend to perceive things mostly through sight and to a lesser extent hearing. It's almost like both of them take a back seat to your sense of smell, and your world becomes, it's almost like you've been seeing in 2D your entire life, and all of a sudden, or black and white, and then all of a sudden someone flicks on the light and you can see color. It's possibly even a little overwhelming sensorily, like, wow. You can get accustomed to it quite quickly, but yeah, you can almost see the pheromone trail that you're looking to follow. And it's actually leading from the house because you brought some of it back.
Well,
But you can see where it's
absolutely
heading.
atrocious in here.
Yeah, it doesn't smell great, actually. It's like, even if, I imagine Auric was already has a fairly strong idea of what everybody smells like most of the time anyway. But you now, like where V probably didn't smell too bad other than the swamp water before, you can now get like 2 days of stale sweat from being inside a cupboard off her. You're like, oh, actually everybody in here is rather like, Dulot's is probably the worst. Tig's got a fairly minty, fresh smell about her, I think.
I was about to say, I'm gonna start just like growing little flowers off of my like mantle, and in my palm of my hand, if I may, start growing a little flower, just like while we're waiting, and just like air fresh.
Waft. Yeah, cool. Very well. Sloop, you had a decent night's sleep. V, do you want to get Draga out?
Let's check on Draga's condition before we depart for
sure.
the day. So I'll
Oh.
summon her from her container.
This time around, the poof of smoke is significantly more vivid. It's actually coppery, the
Ooh.
color of the smoke, sort of a metallic yellowy brown. And she is, rather than curl up on the floor, she is standing on 4 legs, looking up at you. And basically, how far away did you throw it?
Well, I know how big she is, so I would have tried to throw it about as big as I think
Give
she
her
is
enough
away.
room. Yeah.
Don't want
sure.
to summon her on top of me.
No.
Because
So she's
he's definitely done that.
and Brian just sitting.
Brian's
on you.
just landed on top of her. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Damn it, Brian.
Yeah, no. She pops up right in front of you, and her head is like pretty much eye level to you, and you hear in your head, "We go."
And I'll be like, yeah, you feeling better then?
She arches her back, and the skin is still a bit dry and cracked, but significantly better looking. She unfurls her wings, and again, it looks like she looks not 100%, but where she would have been 20 before, she is now a solid 70. She's like, I'm up for this. I didn't like you get in your head, didn't like thing happened.
Loop is like behind a bookcase peering out, just his eyes, and they're getting wide, and you can see like burning cities in them, and he's very excited.
She looks over at Sloop and goes, friend?
Oh,
But, yeah, as
very
in-
much so.
In Draconic. We friend.
Awesome. I'm just going to
Thank
quickly check in with Dr. Delotz. I'm going to give her like a little scratch behind the ear, you know.
She
Sorry,
seems to like
Drago,
that.
not Dr. Delotz.
Dr. Delotz was a little bit intimidated by the whole. She was like, "Oh, that's weird. All right, fair enough."
No, I'll give Drago a little scratch behind the ear, you know. Be like, yeah, we're buddies now. We're going to set stuff on. Well, we're not going to set it on fire, but we're going to acidize stuff together. It's going to be great. And basically, to Dr. Delotz, B will ask, so if we take her out into the swamp, what are the odds of her becoming reinfected to the degree she was last night?
Well, that's a several days worth of infection, I would have thought.
Okay.
Yes, but you could all get that bad, just FYI, if you get infected. It would be very wise to kill the beast and then seek medical attention.
All right. I'm going to be like, so Drago, you wanna come on a little journey and fuck up the thing that did that to you?
And she goes,
Excellent. And I'm going to be like, okay, but you got to stay away from any yellow mucus, okay? It'll make you sick again.
she just nods vigorously.
Can I just, who looks, do any of the others look slightly intimidated by this dragon?
Sloop, definitely no. Helvig, maybe. Helvig seems to be intimidated by the world.
The world, yeah.
I'm just going to be
Although
like,
Helvig, actually, you do feel a little bit more confident now.
Oh.
you feel like a little bit less like everything is bigger than you. There's an unaccountable sense of confidence coming off your right arm.
That's very concerning, but okay. Steam.
Quick question, actually, that had occurred to me. Will Drago be able to get out the door?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She is a medium-sized creature.
Okay, cool. I was just like, is she just gonna get wedged in the door? And I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna have to put you back to the thing.
No, mechanically, she's about the size. Her body is the size of a greyhound.
Okay.
She's just got a lot of extra bits like tails and neck and so forth. So she can get her head up to about your eye level, but her shoulders would be hip height for you.
Awesome.
But wings and everything, she can make herself look quite big, but she's not actually a lot of mass.
Awesome. V is delighted.
I'm sure. Good.
He's like, hell yes.
Yes, the potential for hell raising with this creature.
It's gonna get, and then she's been like, it's going to get bigger, right? Like, this isn't its max size, right?
Dulots goes, well, dragons take centuries to mature, but I don't know if that changes if you put it in a poker knife.
Right.
You may have to release it at some point if you want to get any significant growth out of her. But, well, I'm sure she'll remain friends.
I did save her from a gross swamp infection. You'd hope that would count for something.
It'll go a long way towards winning most creatures' affections, I would have thought. And then she says in Draconic, see you later, Draga. Play nice with the nice lady. Cool.
V is ready to go. V's like, let's get out of there. Let's do this.
Auric, what did you do to Gladstone overnight?
Oh.
I made him. I put some egg sacs on him and also made him eat one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he might have been fine with the eating. Probably didn't enjoy the taste, but yeah, not massively problematic.
Wanted to see what happened.
Did you want to bond the egg sacs? Like, did you sew them onto his back or something? Or just sort of open one up on him?
Just general mix matching of experiments with the egg sacs, just to see what their effects had on him, see if it was infect him immediately, all that.
You would
He's probably
notice
missing
that
some
his
feathers.
Chicken goiter, just like.
Yeah, his claws look a little chapped.
Oh.
You have made a bird need to be semi-aquatic. Yeah, cool. He doesn't look grand. He looks significantly worse than he did when Helvig had his first conversation with him.
Did I see this?
You would have been sleeping. The bird is... the three elves don't need to sleep anywhere near as much as Sloop and Helvig. Cool. So you head off with your new equipment and friends. Dulots wishes you good luck and sends you off on your way. Following Auric, you head into the swamp. Can I get perception checks from everybody, please?
Before we leave the house, I'm going to quickly run in, grab the little paper hat, put it on. I'm going to grab another scrap of paper from somewhere. I don't care what's on it.
There are
I'm just
loads.
grabbing a scrap of paper, and I'm going to scrunch it up and I'll walk out to Sloop and be like, a goose. Now, Tig has flying naked owl. And
You do that.
Walk forth.
Sure. Auric has advantage on perception now as well, if that makes any difference to you. And 19 is still comfortably very good, though. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Cool. So.
He's very distracted by Draga gambling around, being dragon-like.
Yeah. Draga is having a whale of a time. She still seems to like getting wet. But like it's a puppy discovering puddles for the first time. And also like, and we're going to kill something. I'm going to kill something with my new friends and puddles. So the further you go, the more the wildlife appears altered. Tig, you notice an elegant bird, its plumage a riot of greens and blues, shooting a lightning bolt from its tail and stunning a fish just below the water, and then swooping down and grabbing it. Auric, you would spot a group of six-limbed mammals grooming each other in the treetops, fixing you with hard stares from their huge eyes as they ferry insects into their mouths. Their sloop, this is appropriate, spots an 8-eyed fish spinning a web around an unfortunate frog underwater. And who else is it? Helvig. You notice a large fronded fern bending down to dip its net-like leaves into the water and scooping up a pile of silt, which it begins to filter for little insects and creatures, and sort of curls up as ferns do, like brings it all back up like a limb. V is concentrating on her new friend. So after about an hour of travel, we arrive at what Auric can easily determine is, from the power of the scent, is the entrance to Thval's lair. A small, muddy bay leads up to a thicket of impassable vegetation. Within the wall of closely knitted swamp bramble is a half-submerged passageway of uneven, muddy ground, scarcely 5 feet wide. The air is cool and clammy within the passage. The ground undulates beneath the water, roots and clods of earth occasionally breaking the surface, while at other times it falls away with a lurch, leaving you thigh deep, or chest deep in Helvig's case. Yes.
Would Draga be strong enough to carry a Helvig?
Maybe a sloop, not a Helvig.
Okay.
Helvig is, in fairness to him,
I'll just be like, hey,
creature.
Tig, do you want to I'm worried Helvig's gonna
Well, actually,
drown.
interestingly, it's all over. There is you're in a tunnel basically. There are thickets and brambles on top. Tig is actually coming up on too tall to walk upright in this place. So having somebody on her shoulders would not help them at all. They'd be banging their head on the roots above.
No. I was going to hold him in front of me like this and
sure.
hunch over him in case anything falls down. I don't want it to stab his delicate, soft little head, his soft gap.
But Draga could probably carry Sloop. And actually, Draga is quite a good swimmer. So Sloop would have a vessel.
I just
Pirate
wanted to
ship.
point out that I also have a swim speed.
Do you?
Yeah, I have Gift of the Depth, so I can breathe underwater and have a swim speed.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, is that from
makes
the
no
symbiote?
Or my warlock.
Oh,
You're made of metal! You'll sink!
Where I have
Yeah,
it,
that's
I
why.
will sink.
God.
So I can breathe water.
He just sinks and breathes water,
yeah.
like a hippo.
Just
He's
continues walking. Just
indestructible.
down.
Yeah. There's a scene in Star Trek, the one before Nemesis, where Data just walks into a lake,
Oh, yeah.
and then just like talking to some fish, just like, oh, hello, just standing on the bottom. Despite the lack of any perceivable current, the whirlpools of silt spiral straight upwards with each footfall. The water elicits a sensation like a strong tide pulling you onwards wherever it touches your bodies. This place wants you here and wants you to come deeper. The air is void of the thrum of living things that has accompanied you on your journey thus far. There is no buzz of mosquitoes, and the distant call of birdsong is muffled, swallowed by the thick vegetation that hems you in. The path twists a few times, and Tig has to duck regularly under the ceiling of brambles until you come to a broad lagoon. You would be forgiven for thinking you were in a cave, so thick is the twisted swamp bramble that rises up from the surrounding foliage, forming a dome overhead, maybe 40 feet high. Visible within the humid, dimly lit dome is a lake, some 100 feet across, and small islands of mud clump around and protrude from the water below. And the ruins of a primitive village are picked out by the narrow shafts of sunlight. On a small island on the far side of the lake is the unmistakable dead form of a tentacled creature. Yes, Symbiote's mum. Between the lake's entrance and the corpse is assembled all manner of creatures, many bearing the fleshy yellow sacks you've seen elsewhere. More appear through the thick vegetation or bubbling up from the lake. Each carries a tiny manta-like creature, not dissimilar to the one Helvig is currently cradling. They are all gathered in one spot, huddling together, and that is clearly what your nose is leading you to, Auric. One is a swallybog in clothes not dissimilar to Dr. Dulot's. Quite possibly a former lab assistant. And I think we will pause there and go for a quick break before we proceed. This seems like a logical point to bring it. So, we will be back in 5 to 10. We'll just go and refresh ourselves. Please take us away, Kobe or Serum, whichever of you is running the thing tonight. See you later, guys. Bye. Mesdames et messieurs, Damen und Herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, welcome back to Roll for Damage's One Shot Wednesdays. I'm Josh the Pirate, and I have with me my hearty crew. I've got Karen, I've got Shrugrill, I've got Dan, I've got Mike, and I got Sean. And behind the scenes, we have Kobe doing the teching for today, helping out with Serum. So, we're back. We are about to roll initiative because we are going into the swamp of the Broodmother. So I'll give you guys a few seconds before you're before you are noticed. Oracle tell you that you're damn nearly there. So do you do anything before you enter the swamp?
What can I see?
You're basically just walking through a narrow tunnel, maybe 10 feet high at the highest points. But it often gets quite a bit lower than that. 10 feet wide, it's pretty gross water, like a dark green water. The ground regularly drops off to less than ankle deep. So it can get quite deep. You've just come to a lagoon. You're just turning the corner now where you can actually finally see a sort of a narrow lake, a small lake. And looking out across it, it looks like a village was built here that has been reclaimed by the swamp. It's slowly sunk down. And about two-thirds of the way across the lake, off to the left, there is what looks like a cave, like a submerged cave. And around the front of it is a whole bunch of creatures. Some of them would be native to the swamp. Some of them look decidedly like, oh, that's weird. Why is that there? Like a few things that just don't make any sense at all. There are birds cuddled with crocodiles, cuddled with sharks. And a lot of them look modified in the similar way to the creatures you witnessed before on your way here. You notice that the closer you got, the more modified the creatures became. But these ones are it's like they all just want to be best friends and snuggle, and they want to be, it looks like they're mildly fighting to get completely covered by each other. Like they're all trying to be in the middle of the huddle.
Okay.
Like penguins during the winter. If that helps at all, probably not.
Oh, no, it got cute.
Yeah, I was like, it got cute. It got like way wholesome.
Yeah,
It's
all
like,
of a sudden,
except they're all infected by...
They're all covered in yellow egg sacs, and they've got, a lot of them have broodlings attached to them in a very symbiotic looking kind of way. They all have milky cataracty eyes. They're all clearly like possessed creatures that just want to be zombie friends. And several of them turn and look at you as you come around the corner and begin moving towards you. Mostly broodlings are leaping off the bunch and swimming towards you, but a few other things start coming as well, Auric.
Real quick, just before we round the bend, I would have done a quick minute to cast a few buffs on some folks. So Auric would he would tell everyone to stop and wait, because he'd be like, they're right around the corner. And then open up my book. You would see first Gladstone would fly over, and even though he is looking worse for wear, he will rest on Helvig's shoulder for a moment. And
What happened to you?
He goes, don't ask. Don't ask.
Through the magic, I will cast Gift of Alacrity on Helvig. So Helvig, you get to add an extra D8 to your initiative when we roll initiative. You just generally feel a bit more limber, like time is not holding you back as much. And then the second thing I'll do, and then we can jump right in, is I will go over to Sloop and look him in the eyes and say, don't worry, this might feel just a little bit weird. You might lose a sense of self, and you might feel some existential dread when it's over. And I'll tap him on the forehead, and I will cast Fortune's Favor on him, and he will begin to see all manner of futures and pasts. He sees us dying all at once. When he get us, he sees us victorious. He says, it's horrifying, but Sloop, you have essentially have a luck point.
Yes, Sloop is just like, thank you for this cursed knowledge.
If we're doing buffs right now.
Like, way to drop someone in it. It's like, you might feel a sense of existential dread. I'm sorry, what?
Standard Wednesday night for me, then.
I did spend a good hour this afternoon basking in existential dread.
Yeah.
Kind of a lockdown tradition now.
Who needs
Yeah, for
to
those
move
in
a
other
lot?
parts of the world, we're in lockdown.
Who wants
All right.
who wants to move a lot?
Tig moves a lot.
I
Sloop,
move
also fairly
much,
movie.
very much, and also have very low wisdom. So being in a collection of very small broodlings, as we recall from last time, not
Not
great.
grand. Not grand.
No.
That's fair. No, yeah, you might
Tig
just
has no
dodge in
range.
there. I'll also give
In any
my
case.
other short vanguard friend another buff.
Sure. Cool. So what are you doing?
I pat him with two hands on the back, like, go get him. And then out comes the fireflies that grow in and form into lovely wings that look like actual, well, let's just go with butterfly wings. They go in the
Wow.
shape of butterfly wings. I cast fly on Sloop.
V, would you like to do any?
Do I have buffs? I don't think I have any buffs.
A peppermint plate.
Oh, I've forgotten about that. The weird one.
So peppermint plate is a spell that comes with Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting. That's why I bring it up. It is a concentration spell that you can cast on your companion, increasing its AC by 1 and causing damage to creatures that attack it.
Excellent. I'll be like, Varga, come here. I keep calling her Varga. It's Draga.
Drag.
Draga, come here. Come here, my sweetheart. I'm gonna give you a little extra protection. This might feel a little warming, okay? And I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna put my hand on Varga's head, and I'm gonna concentrate. And a layer of hot, hard peppermint icing comes out of my hand and covers Varga. So she is now covered in peppermint flavored icing.
Sure. Burning
And then I'll
a
lick my
spell
fingers
slot.
afterwards.
Yep. Draga's AC is now 17.
And she
Which
smells delicious.
She smells delicious and of swamp. Alrighty. Roll me initiative, I think, as these broodlings and
God.
other creatures are starting to approach you. Sloop 22. Good entrance there.
Oh my
For
god,
God's sake, I'm rolling so low today.
definitely
Don't worry, they all
rolled
rolled real shit.
Bloody hell.
I'm Sonic.
Sonic the
Sonic.
Sonic the Silver Hedgehog.
My initiative's 29.
29.
Yeah, from
He
Gift
rolled
of
a 29.
Alacrity.
Oh my god.
21 plus 8.
Fantastic.
Wow.
We have a Sean. Okay,
Oh, I
some of them
didn't-
aren't. Some of them aren't in there. You need to click on your
Click on the
token and
thing.
add them, but I can.
Yeah,
Oh,
I forgot to do that.
I can do it.
Zoom.
There we go.
Look at all these.
What else are we missing? That's
I'm so proud that thank you for the gift of
Descending.
alacrity.
Yeah. So 29, 22. We need a V. We have. Oh, V is
already-
6. Is that what? Yeah, you rolled for Draga, but it's the same. Cool.
Yeah, sorry, we had
You
the same
and
initiative. I
Draga
don't
go
know
right
why.
after each other. That's okay.
It's cool.
I don't know why it came up as her. Sorry.
That's all right. So Helvig, you go first, my friend.
So fast. It begins. How deep is
Yeah.
the water?
As you come around the bend, the water does seem to drop away. It is at least 10 feet deep, most of the places. You can see a few islands popping out. Some of them could be the roofs of old buildings, but there are some raised bits of ground. You don't have to be in the water at all times.
Okay, sorry. You said at least like 10 feet deep at least.
Yeah. I will, however, rule that your scales, I've always said that they're mithril, so they're not super heavy. You can swim with them.
Oh,
If you have a
alright.
swim speed, it won't affect you.
Once I figure out that I can look through this, I'm gonna call him Croak. I can look through Croak. I just like Terminator sink into the water and like periscope.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
You
Yes.
do
And
that.
I move
You do that.
because I have swim speed.
Sure you do. And you can breathe water now, apparently.
Yeah. I have like
Sure,
a
you do that.
across the freckle on my face where I can breathe air. That's 25. Can I see anyone from here?
Yeah, you can see
Okay.
a couple of broodlings in the distance and one just coming around the corner.
Oh, what was the range on this?
It is eminently possible to move through the brambles and stuff, but it is considered difficult terrain.
That's okay.
and-
I'm a submarine.
Yeah, you are a submarine.
As an action, 60 feet. So you can see over.
Yeah.
Oh, I just like a mortar shot. Just go. "Choo."
Very well. With your mucusy arm.
Yeah,
It has 10
Wait, what's
charges
this?
to start off with.
I'll use 2 because they're close to each other, right?
Oh, for the area effect. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. So roll me a. It would be a ranged. We haven't had a chance to put it in. It's a ranged spell attack with a +5 to hit. So roll just a flat dice and we'll add 5.
Okay. I'll make it during other people's turns, but I'll just roll flat dice. D20.
And next we will have Sloop. An 11 would miss, I'm afraid, Helvig. But you do get the. They will roll a pair of D6. A 7 and a 9 is not enough to avoid the splash damage, so they will both take a D4 of acid, 2 acid damage to
Great.
each of the broodlings.
My other hand comes up like, "Good job, buddy," and then goes back.
You
Yeah.
high-fived yourself.
No,
High five, bro. Okay. Not
Okay.
myself.
you can't see it anyway. He's underwater. Right, Sloop, what do you do?
So yeah, Sloop has just his arms are just out, and the butterfly wings are carrying him up off the ground as his eyes are just like huge and dilated, seeing all futures and pasts simultaneously. As he is just like, "I am ascended," and is going to fly out over the group. Are there any flying threats in the room, or is everything
No.
kind of down?
No, the
Okay.
roof is like 30 feet, 40 feet high, so there's not much need for it.
So he's just going to fly after these the same 2 broodlings that Helvig blasted.
Sure.
He's going to fly towards them
Yep.
and reaching into his mysterious sloop bag, he's going to pull out a dragon tooth bomb. So
You
I'll
do that.
link this item in here,
Please,
and then
yeah.
huck it at them. So they each make a dex save.
Sure. Paradex is coming up. A nat 1 and they have a +1 to dex, so that would be a 15.
15 is the DC, so that one saves. So the one that fails takes 13 piercing damage, and the one that passes takes half.
Well, then one of them explodes and dies. Which one? The nearer one or the slightly further one?
They'll do the slightly further one.
Very well. The slightly further one dies. And the nearer one takes half the damage, you say. Which was, how much did you say?
It was 13, so I guess
13.
6.
So it loses 6. Yeah. It is badly scalded by the fire. Very nice.
And yeah, just flying up in the air now, just I have the blood of magic. My scales are formed of the same thing of the mountains of this world. Your cities will burn.
Remind me
Very
to
well.
never give him a dragon.
Tig, it is time to play. Oh, I do apologize. Just before that happens, Tig. So this creature, these guys have lair actions. On initiative count 20, something happens every turn. I'm just going to go down the list. So first of all, we have Plague Tide. The water around you begins to bubble, filling the air with a noxious aerosolized droplets. A creature is affected even if it doesn't need to breathe. Each creature must succeed a con save or become poisoned. So please make me constitution saves, everybody who is in the water.
That's all of us, though,
That's
right?
annoying because I was about to move on to land on my turn. That sucks.
Except Sloop, because he's not in water, he's flying. Tig fails a con save.
Constitution, right?
Yep. Sean.
Damn it.
Sean actually passes it. Auric is fine. Helvig is not fine. V is also fine. Can you roll for Draga as well, please, V?
Draga. Where are you, Draga? Sorry, I just gotta find a...
So yeah, Tig and Helvig are poisoned.
Ah, shit. But I hate that people.
Question: because I have oh no, that doesn't stop me being.
You're not raging yet either, I think.
Yeah, so it doesn't stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
not bug.
You get disadvantage, I think.
I can't seem to open the... Oh, there it is. Sorry. Do apologize. Having
Yeah,
trouble
a
with that.
disadvantage on ability rolls and ability checks. You can repeat the save at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on a success.
okay.
Noted.
Okay.
Which is, I think, more fair. Cool.
Oh, dear. Is...
Now it's Tig. Oh, yeah, she also fails.
Oh, wait. She has peppermint plate. Would that protect her?
No, not against this. The water is emitting, like, she's functionally wearing armor, and now she is, poisonous
It is
gas
covering
doesn't
her
really-
entire body.
Nah.
She's fully
Poisonous
ice.
gas. Even if she was even if with advantage, she didn't get enough.
No, we're all poisoned.
Sorry, but she can make the save again in just a minute. Tig, what do you do?
I am going to rage. First
Good
of all.
start. Yeah.
Secondly, I would like to cast aside all care for damaging myself in any way, shape, or form from what I'm
Didn't you
about
do
to
that?
do.
Yep.
And I would like to charge at this little shit over here.
Very well. You do that.
Okay. Just a strength. Why is it not? Okay, I don't know what's just happened. Sorry. Okay.
What are you
Is that-
doing?
is
Oh, you're
that showing
attacking.
up? Yeah.
Yeah, the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arm
I-
is
Yeah, for some reason it just froze. Sorry.
okay.
So, yep, that's the one that showed up apparently. So,
You ran towards the thing. So move yourself over there and you attack.
yes.
That attack does hit.
Oh, it does?
Just.
Yes.
Make a roll the damage. I mean, pretty confident. Yeah, it does.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Oh good.
Can I just like spear his spine like I did the first time?
You pretty much just break its carapace in half. It doesn't have a spine, unfortunately.
Oh,
That was a
right.
bollywog that you did that to.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, this one you just sort of shatter it. Do you do anything else? Do you have any more? I think that's pretty much
I have
all
a
of your
second
movement.
attack.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's nothing nearby.
Can't move anymore.
Yeah, you're right. There's nothing nearby.
You're
I
now
will move.
sitting in the middle of a lagoon, angry.
Yes, I am. I am.
In fact, you are probably chest deep in water as well.
Yes, I
Since,
am.
quite
So,
deep.
The only other thing I would like to do is re-roll my save.
Yep, re-roll the save.
What was it for Constitution?
Yeah. That's it.
Nice.
You don't. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you were disadvantaged. Not that it mattered. That would have been the disadvantage roll anyway. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
All right, Auric, your turn.
Can I see through these brambles?
Not really. No, they're very thick.
Okay.
If you were to stand in them, you could hide in them and look out, but you get maybe 10 foot of visibility through them, I would say.
Okay, so not really feasible to cast spells through.
No, not really.
Okay. All right. In that case,
I wave at Auric from the depths, like hello.
Just the eye.
Hello.
I'm thinking that changes my
Just waving at
strategy a
Gladstone.
little bit. Okay. From the position I'm in now, could I kind of like peek around and see where the big guys are?
You haven't really gotten a look yet at the actual thing. You can tell by smell exactly where they are, but you can't see them. You can smell them, but you can see them. You
Oh
can't.
god, he's got wall hacks.
All I wanted, yeah. I mean, realistically, I just wanted to fire a spell through. But if I can't get through with vision, I probably can't cast a spell into that big crowd of baddies.
I would allow a magic missile, because that hits regardless. It would just scoop around the corner. But anything that fires in a direct line wouldn't travel through the brambles.
Cool. That's all I wanted to know. In that case,
You can see some broodlings over here, though.
Yeah. I think I will, in that case, save the big boom, and just fire off at probably, I'll just say the top one. Just fire off a simple firebolt.
Very
Keep it
well.
simple
A
this
firebolt.
round.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly. For a 27.
27. Yeah, just beats its AC. Yeah, you're good.
For 16 fire damage.
Jesus. Yeah, it explodes. It explosively decompresses. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Excellent.
It does that. Good. Yes, get rid of them that can control
shoot.
mine.
Wait, can I take that back? I forgot I had something.
Yeah.
If you allow it. If not, it's okay.
No, that's fine. I can regenerate them.
All right. Well, in that case, instead, I forgot I'm an Eladrin. I'm gonna use my bonus action Eladrin base step to go another 30 feet out, so that I can see the big cluster of baddies. I'm just gonna go behind my new god sloop.
Underneath, really. He's floating.
And I'm gonna launch a fireball into the group of the big cluster over there, which I believe will get all of them if I hit it right in the center. The 3 snakes, the 2 little guys, and the big boy.
The big group of things.
Exactly, yeah.
What's
that's
the radius?
It's 20-foot radius, which is 40-foot diameter.
Huge.
Whoa, yeah, it would get everything.
Yeah,
Huge.
it's
Yeah.
16 dex save.
All right. I shall roll the snakes. 1, 2, 3. 2 of them make it. They would have a +2.
Okay, the ones that make it take 11 fire damage, and the ones that don't make it take 22 fire damage.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
Isn't it nice to see someone use fireball in an environment that it's suitable for?
Right?
This
Right.
isn't a
One of them-
merchant,
one of
Ulrich.
them
Like,
does
you know
ex-
that's not
expire.
like a tavern, right?
So bizarre.
I didn't pitch any of my
The-
allies in it. What?
Both of the broodlings also pass the dex saves, taking 11 as well.
Okay.
A 21 and a 16, and the large thing actually has a negative dex, so this will be slightly harder, but it gets an 18, so it also passes.
Still
it.
good. Still good. Yeah. So they'll take just 11 damage then.
Cool. 11 damage to the large agglomeration of creatures hiding in the, well, just sort of hugging in the swamp. Nicely done, Ulrich.
That is
Then
my
it,
turn.
no, it's Tig and oh wow, yeah, okay. No, it's not the copper dragon yet. It is the broodlings. One of the ones you killed was one of the ones I used for their initiative. That's why it's not coming up anymore. That's okay. So these ones here will swim towards Tig. The first one will attack her rather. Oh god damn it. Oh, that's right. Yep. I fucking hate this program. Boom. It's going to bite you with its first attack. Tig, a 6, probably misses. And then it stings you. 17. You're muted.
Fortunately, that does hit.
17 for 3 piercing damage. Make a con save, please.
Yes.
Piercing damage, obviously, you're raging, so reduced to 1 piercing damage, which is fine.
Tig
But it's
still
the
takes no damage in her heart.
it's the con save that's important. 14. You pass your con save. That's good. Otherwise, you'd have had disadvantage on wisdom saves.
Bloody hell. Like I need more of that in
want
my
that.
life.
So the next one is going to do exactly the same thing. Actually, it's going to save its entrance ability. It's going to bite you. 18.
No. Yes, it hits.
For 6 piercing. That's max damage. And then it's going to sting you, and it misses the sting. And then the third one's going to swim over, and it's going to try to entrance you. Make a wisdom save, Tig. This will be with a DC is now 12 because there's 3 of them nearby. Oh, that's not great.
Aw.
You are entranced.
Damn
No, I can't be. I have advantage on saving throws against being charged, and I still
You
fail.
did have
8.
advantage.
Still
8,
fail.
8 or 6. You needed 12. They get themselves a Tig. This is where it gets interesting. That one
Glad I
swims
didn't.
over there.
Happened last
These
time.
ones move into the underbrush.
Uh-oh.
No.
And then it is V and Draga.
So can we see them in the underbrush? Are they visible?
Make a perception check. Draga would have advantage.
Well, let's see if V sees them first with her.
Yeah. V, you don't see him, but you do hear something rustling in the bushes. Draga definitely can smell them, and you hear her in your head because monster hunters have a telepathic link with their companions. You hear her go, "Small things come, kill."
I'm like, yes. You make it. Oh, you want
Draga
them all? Go.
In fact, no, she would have picked up Tig's nomenclature. Play?
As long as
Congratulations.
playing ends with them dead.
Play.
Oh,
But she goes after you, so you do your
yes,
thing
I move
first.
first, and then she will do her thing.
You would have picked up the one to the south of you, not the one to the southeast of you. From where you are, there are
So
two
the one
coming
below
towards
me.
you. Yes.
One below me? Okay, cool. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna get up off.
Out of the swamp is good.
How close would I have to get to see it in the undergrowth?
10 feet closer would do it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to move.
And it's difficult terrain, so you can move 15 feet through it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll move 10 foot up so I'm in the swamp.
Yep.
And so I can see this one now.
Yep.
Groovy. Love it. Give me 2 seconds. I just want to quickly check something. Doop, 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 doop. This is your hold music. Doop, 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 doop.
Meanwhile, I've got Doom playing.
Look, I'm going to keep those spell slots for later because I have a feeling I'll need them. So I'm just going to shoot it with my crossbow.
Nice, nice.
Keep it low tech.
Make an attack action. Ooh, 17. Yeah, V, with your additions in dexterity, you kill it. You would straight up just kill it. It only had 2 hit points left.
Excellent.
You just sort of skewer it onto the ground. And you hear this, and then it just struggles a bit, and then it goes still.
Awesome.
Sassed it to death.
Yeah.
You're a disappointment to your mother.
Oh, you don't know that. Don't listen. No. Cool. That's V's turn. Draga, I presume you have instructed. Well, you've used your bonus action functionally to instruct Draga
go sick him.
To kill. Yeah.
Now, Draga can
does.
fly, right?
Probably not through the thicket though.
Could she glide over it?
Not really, because it's got a ceiling basically.
Oh, okay.
But she could glide over to it, and she could certainly get there. Like she would go to there. Yeah. She could. Oh, she could be next to you, but yeah, she could go to like sort of there, and then in. Mechanically, would be the most efficient way to get her where she needs to go.
Yeah. Well, she's going to get to the thing, and she's going to attack it.
Savage it.
She's going to attack it with much anger.
Make a bite attack.
She's going to bite it.
Oh, 19 to hit, or a crit. But the 19 is more than sufficient. And again, this thing, because of the blast of Oryx's damaging fireball, it dies. Just straight up dies.
Didn't even need the extra acid damage.
Two hit points. You do 1d10 plus 3 plus some acid damage as well. Pretty confident, yeah, it just dies. How does Draga enjoy killing the thing?
You know how last night Siri hit me in the face with one of her toys because she was shaking it vigorously? And I say this because you may have noticed I tend to rest my finger on I have a sore spot here that I keep touching where the dog hit me in the face with her toy. So, you know, she'll grab it in her mouth and then just do a vigorous with it.
Yeah.
And it'll just like shred.
And bits of it just fly off.
Yeah.
Like a mandible actually lands at your feet.
I'm like, oh, good girl. Who's a good girl?
You're so clever. Cool. Right. Then it's the constrictor snakes. They are going to swim towards you. Probably towards her, actually. She's the closest thing they can see that is hostile to them. So they're going to swim over there, and that one is actually going to get an attack at her. So this constrictor snake is going to attempt to constrict Draga. 11 is in no way enough to beat her natural armor. So Draga just sort of bats it away.
Yeah. Sassily.
And then a flurry of... Oh, here we go. This will be interesting. A flurry of blowgun attacks shoot out of the underbrush. 1 at Auric, 2 at Auric, 2 at Heldig, and 2 at V.
I'm underwater. My hand, no, ow, ow.
16, Auric, is that enough to hit you?
Yes, it is.
You will take 60. You will take but 9 piercing. Oh, sorry, 2 piercing and 7 poison damage from the Swallybog that is ambushing you.
Oh boy.
Then we'll do a pair at Helvig. A 10 and a 12 are in no way enough.
Nope.
And then 2 at V. An 18 and a 5. The 18 will do it.
The 18 will do it.
Or 4. 2 piercing, 2 poison. And the Swallybogs reveal their presence. They have been lying in wait for you.
Somebody else needs to do the god speech.
Yeah, because you're underwater. And we go back to the top of the order. Helvig, it's your turn, god of all things unholy and lovely.
I am fast.
You are fast.
Hold on, I'm checking how big my range is for this heal. 60 feet. I can't see B, can I?
You
Because of
could
the
just about
thicket?
make her out. She would have made a bit of a hole in the thicket as she went into it.
Yeah,
Right.
V did not go delicately into the thicket.
I then like swim like a shark. My spines are like flare up in the water, like shark fins. And as they come out, they vent some fireflies and they fly towards V for some big heals. I say big heals, but
She's lost 4 hit points.
it's a D6. So I'm just hoping I get jackpot on it. Eh?
5.
Easy.
Boom! Thank you.
Restores V to max. Nice.
You're welcome. I keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I'm over here.
Yes, you do.
As I pass over and swim, I see the. Do I have a 3 shot on the bully box? Swally box.
Yeah, if they shot you, you can shoot them.
Okay, I load the main cannons, and by main cannons I mean Eldritch Blast.
All right, I see. Eldritch Blast. Yep, sure. Which do you Eldritch Blast?
Actually, no. I see
The one that
hit
shot you, the one that shot Auric?
No, this needs to go. The one that is
The one that's-
hypnotoading Tig.
Yes. And you can tell which one that is.
Just go snipe.
Very well.
Both at it. Just make sure it's super dead.
Oh, yeah. All right, those both hit.
Well, that's the first.
6
Here's the
force
second.
damage.
10. I'm poisoned currently.
A 10 does not.
Damn.
Is
Where's
poison
my
affect
honesty?
attacks?
Yeah. It's disadvantage to all things, isn't it?
My
Oh, it's
attacks and
just skill
saving
check.
throws.
Oh, wait, you're right, you're right,
And
you're
ability
right.
checks, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
attack
of
rolls and ability checks. Yeah.
But that's me. And then
Cool.
I get to save.
Yes,
Try
please.
to.
Please make a save. And the one that attacked Tig
Damn it.
is no, you're still poisoned. And the one that attacked Tig did take some damage, and you know what it's gonna do. Oh no. Sloop, it's your
No.
turn.
I know what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh, that just reminded me I never rolled a save for Draga.
Please
to
make a
see-
save for Draga. Yeah.
What is it? Was a
You need 13. Sloop, it's your turn.
Yeah, Sloop flying above. Is just gonna go to like sort of the you said this room was like 40 feet high.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go all the way up, and then take out another one of those, his last dragon tooth bomb, and just yell, "Tig, get down!" and then throw it in the middle, in that square right next to where Tig is standing, hitting.
Sure.
So it's a 15-foot radius, so it should get.
It gets
all the,
Tig as well, but
and
that's
it would
fine.
also get Tig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That means Tig gets to remake the roll anyway.
Yeah.
Is it a deck save?
Deck save. Yeah, everybody makes
Yeah.
deck save.
I have advantage on those.
Nope. Yep. Nope. And the snake? Snake makes it. As does, I'm going to say, what's the DC?
15.
Yeah, no. Only one of the broodlings makes it. And it's not the one that is bewitching Tig. 9.
So it's 9
Tig,
damage.
what was it, 15?
15.
I
Yeah,
rolled a
Tig
14.
doesn't make it either. And it's fire, isn't it?
It's piercing.
Oh.
So as it explodes, just little dragon teeth just
Oh, okay.
explode and just start
Sure.
filling things up with little dragon teeth.
Alrighty, but interestingly, that does mean that the one that's bewitching Tig dies. Nicely
Yes.
done. For half damage on a successful deck save.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So 4 to that one. And the full 9 to that one. And the snake will die.
Damn.
So
Nicely
Tig's
done.
still bewitched.
No, Tig
He's
is
a
not still
god.
bewitched. Yeah. Tig, make the save again. Make a wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom save?
Oh no, you wouldn't. No, you're not bewitched because the thing died.
Okay, cool. Just as well.
Yeah. You would have gotten to make it anyway. No, it would have been enough actually. Interestingly, that wisdom save would have been sufficient. What a shame.
Oh. Hurrah for the alternate timeline.
Very well. Sloop, do you do anything else? You just
No,
fly,
yeah,
fly
Sloop
high and throw stuff.
throws it, sees that Tig is completely hypnototed as the bomb leaves his hand, and just goes like, "Oh no!" and then it explodes.
Tig,
Sorry.
you take 4 piercing damage, but otherwise you're fine.
Got it.
You
Cool.
regain your feelings just in time for the lair action, Tempestuous Turbulence. The water within the lair writhes and swirls, causing 6-foot-tall waves to crash over all the low-lying islands. Each creature in the water or on the ground less than 5 feet above the water's surface must make a strength save, or be pulled 20 feet into the water and knocked prone. It's basically everybody except Sloop.
This submarine RP has been a big regret.
I would argue that Varga is more Draga. Oh my god, why do I keep calling her Varga? Draga is more than 5 foot from the edge.
I would make that argument as well.
Technically, I can make V's like 2.5.
Yeah, no, not V, but Draga, yes.
Damn it.
So Helvig, a crit 0. You are dragged
Hunt for Dead
20 feet.
October.
You are dragged 20 feet that way and knocked prone.
Ow.
V also nat 0 fails and is dragged this way into the water and knocked prone.
Damn it.
We all have negative ones.
Yeah. There's
I
a
swear to
whole
God.
party
No.
of there's a whole party of strength dump stats and Tig.
Oh, you see, it's just the hand like vanishing.
One assumes
The
Tig
water.
passed the strength save. Yeah, 19.
yeah,
That's
19.
fine. Sean, actually, no. Auric is fine as well.
The only time his whole life
13.
he's ever been strong.
Yeah, he just. I think he's just tall. It's
Yeah,
short
yeah.
ones.
That Swallybog is on the edge of the island and would also have to make a save.
They are each creature. That's fair. All right.
This is some.
Good job,
bullshit.
Karen.
A valid point, I suppose.
Even
I
the
guess.
playing field.
Yeah, the Swallybogs, one of them passes, but the other 2 get dragged into the water where they are aquatic and can breathe underwater and are completely at home.
Oh my, but I'm prone. Check your privilege.
Very well, you do that. Good point. All right, Tig, it's your turn. Go play.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab the one that's right in front of me, if I may, and just crush its head.
Very well. Make an arm attack.
Ah!
So much love for D-Rab. We love you too, Smug Geek. That's a crit.
Yes!
Nice.
Crit. Tig is back,
Fucking
baby.
hell.
Yeah!
All right, Tig,
30.
it dies. I very
Fabulous.
much doubt it doesn't die.
Yeah, because
Feel free to roll the damage if you like, but it has
Can I
9.
see?
So
just for funsies,
Can we see
I'm
Yeah,
how
go
big
for
the
it.
number is? Oh my god.
25. It's enough.
It's enough. A number.
She didn't just kill
Does
it.
more than
She
9
killed
damage.
everything
She
within
killed its
5 feet of it.
friends.
I killed its soul. And I'm just gonna then grab whatever is left of its innards and pretty much just hammer
Hit the
down,
one
bring the
next to
hammer
it?
down and hit
Yep.
the one next to it.
Go again. Let's even this shit up. Nat failed.
Ah!
That's the second, but that was with advantage. And you look, again, more than sufficient to kill it.
Just for
4
funsies.
it had left. It had
It'll
4.
do. It'll do.
Oh my god.
Great. And then I'm gonna use my movement. I'm so sorry about this, Helvig. I'm gonna use my movement.
I'm in the
to-
water. It's fine. Do whatever.
Oh, that's all right. And you can breathe underwater.
Yeah, it's
Can
fine.
you, do you have a movement speed? Do you have a swim speed, Tig?
Yeah, same. Oh, sorry. No.
Swim speed. I have 45 speed.
So your speed is halved if you don't have a swim speed.
Okay.
And
so
you are in water. You are swimming.
20, 25?
Yeah.
20.
20. Well,
Round
yeah.
it down. So 20. So.
Yeah.
Ah.
Unless you got on the islands.
Yeah. I'll jump onto the island here. Can I
Yep.
use the rest of my movement to jump over to next to this being here? Or
I'll allow it.
yes. There we go. Perfect.
Very well. Next is Auric.
Okay. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I am
And
probably
Tig will,
going,
V will be afterwards.
I think I'm just going to fire off a firebolt at the Swellywug that's just right in front of me right there.
Oh, sure. Yep. It is prone, so you have disadvantage.
Oh, damn.
Thanks.
Right.
I just like to be fair,
ah.
Josh.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's an 11 then. Wait, I'm gonna use my. Is it worth it? I'm gonna use my reaction to chrono
Rewind?
shift myself to
Go
reroll
back in
that.
time.
And sorry, just reading it real quick.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
snake
okay,
passed.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll
Yep,
just roll one
do
more
it.
time.
One time with feeling. 26 is
26.
good.
Aw.
Sure. Is it just re-roll 1 dice, or is it
That's a good question, actually.
make the
Doesn't
attack
say.
again?
Because it's not. It's after you or a creature you see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can force the creature to re-roll. So I think it would be a
Yeah.
disadvantage again.
Yeah,
Cool. Cool.
Oi.
that hits. Plenty.
Alright,
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, 17 points of fire damage.
Yeah. The water around it boils, and you see it thrashing under the water a lot, and a trident comes out as it's trying to right itself, but it doesn't. It's still moving.
What
But
does
it's
boiling swallowbug smell like?
particularly to somebody with Auric's sense of smell right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's, oh God. Oh.
Very unpleasant.
Yeah, it smells very strongly of like boiling urine, actually, probably.
Or it gags. And-
Because we all know what boiling urine smells like.
You don't? Oh, that's right. You're not a sailor. Yeah,
that's my turn.
great. Thank you. It is now the last remaining broodling's turn. It is going to swim over to Auric. Auric? No, Sloop. No, it can't see Sloop. He's too high.
Yeah.
He's in the air.
Well, I don't. What's the range on in trance? 10 feet. Yeah, no. It's going to do it to Auric then. Auric, make a wisdom save.
I have a very.
But he's
last
so
rate for
wholesome
this,
and
I just
definitely
used
doesn't
my
have
reaction.
problems.
So,
Yeah. Nah, plenty.
14.
Yeah. Because he's got no buddies around it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right, V, it is your turn.
So I've been swept out next to this swally bog. So obviously I'm going to use my action to get to my feet.
Well, you use half your movement to stand up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm standing up, and then I'm going to take my sword and stab the shit out of it.
Sure. You stab it with your sword.
While screaming, "You fucking shot me!"
It did shoot you. 17 to hit with your short sword. Roll me damage, please.
With pleasure.
6 piercing damage on the swally bog. Oh, it takes 6 piercing damage. You stab it in its. You sort of slash at one of its arms, and you do open a nasty gash up on a bicep. And then what do you do with your bonus action?
I'm going to.
As in, what do you say to
Draga.
Draga?
Oh my god! I keep.
Call her Varga. I like Varga. Varga's
Just
a nice
rename
name.
her.
Hey, she's Varga now.
Yeah, it's still cool.
Canon. I like it.
Less obvious than Draga, which is obviously
Yeah.
Slavic for dragon. Where does Varga come from, though? Why is my brain spitting that out?
I have no idea. What does she do?
Varga! Kill the ugly bastard! Meaning the thing.
The one that's right in front of you?
Yeah, the one she's looking at. I'm just like,
Oh, the
sick
snake.
him.
Oh, there's a snake right next to her. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Varga turns around and hisses, and you hear back, Varga, play.
So yeah, she will be biting the nasty thingo in front of her.
Varga is a girl's name of Arabic origin, the meaning of which is falling vulture. Smart geek, thank you for that.
Awesome.
Yeah, make a Varga attack, a screaming vulture attack. Also a good name for a band. Screaming vulture attack.
Helvig, sorry, I'm
The
Bennick.
prog rock band I was
vultures.
in high school.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna hit. 19.
Yeah, that's plenty. And again, it had 2 hit points left because of Auric, so it just expires.
Excellent.
Just before its turn, which is great. So it's the Swallybogs, unless you want her to move.
Where's the?
Well, you have to tell her to move.
Yeah, I didn't tell her to go anywhere, so.
Yeah, she just did what she was told, and now she waits for the next instruction, I suppose.
Yeah, I told her to attack the thing, and she did. So yeah.
All right, Swallybog A is going to stab V with its trident. It makes 2 trident attacks at you. A crit for the first 8 piercing damage. And then a further... No, it's a 5. It misses. Then Swallybog B is going to attack Auric because he boiled it almost to death. It sort of gets out of the boiling water
That's
and
fair.
sort of
That's fair.
glob, glob, and it's going to trident you, or it's going to try to trident you. That's a fun thing to say. 18.
Ooh, Wizard Boy's
And
gonna
it-
die.
I
10.
did.
Don't say that.
9 piercing on Auric.
I'm still alive, not very.
but not happy. Noted. Swallybog Last Boy is going to continue his attack on Helvig. Because, stop clocks can be right twice a day.
I'm pro, no.
Trident. Oh, yeah, I get advantage. 22 to hit.
How dare you, Josh? That is my AC. Congratulations.
4 piercing damage.
Wow. A bubble comes out of the swamp water.
Swallybog goes, glop, glop.
No.
That's basically their entire language. Right, back to the top of the order. Helvig, it's your turn. You
I
are
come out of
thrown
the water, and
underwater.
I'm like, I gasp for air, then I'm like, all right, where am I?
What's going on? Glop, glop.
I stand up, so no longer prone, good sir. And where's this Swallybog? Stabbed me.
He's right in front of you.
Oh,
Still
this is a
holding the
ranged-
trident.
This is a ranged attack. God damn.
I mean, he's shit. You could risk stepping backwards 1 foot.
It's true. I am
Your
a
AC
fortress.
is crazy high.
I am a fortress.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be overly concerned about the frog boy with the trident in front of you.
I'm also poisoned, so I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame at him
Very well.
and make him try and regret his decision.
He's rethinking his life choices. An 11 plus 2. No, not enough.
No.
He takes 15 radiant damage.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So, yeah, the brambles above you very briefly part, and a ray of light comes down, and he goes, "Glom, glom!" And it seems a little bit like his skin, like, crinkles up and goes really tight and burnt. And it's like a really, really nasty sunburn. And he takes 15 radiant damage. That's a hell of a lot of radiant damage.
It's what?
It's still alive, but it's like, and it's
Yeah,
trying to
try
ward
and-
it off with its trident.
Try not
What else
attack
do you do?
me
Anything
again.
else? Use
Oryx
presumably
is...
half of your movement to get up.
Yeah, Oryx really hurt, isn't he?
I mean, Auric isn't looking great. He's been speared a couple of times and shot and stuff.
Yeah, he's within 60 feet of where I am.
Squishy.
So I am gonna use my healing light once again on Oryx
Very
this
well.
time. Bam.
Healing him for
We'll have
2.
have 2 hit points.
Oh, I feel better than ever.
It's great for people who are unconscious.
Yeah. You what? No, it's fine. I just want to support my friends. Okay.
You know what? When Auric doesn't get knocked unconscious by 2 hit points, you'll be really glad you did that.
I will. I'm gonna be like, haha.
Sloop, it's your turn.
That's me. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Sloop is just going to fly over a little bit and basically drop out of the sky with his rapier down and try to spear that bollywog
He's
through the
going
head.
to swoop.
Death from above.
Sloop, swoop.
Oh wait, that
Swoop,
does
swoop.
remind me. I have
Swooping.
to make a con
23.
save.
Yes, make the con save, Helvig.
Reply.
Oh, that too.
That's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. No, make the con save to heal from being poisoned. As well.
Please pass.
18. Helvig is no longer poisoned.
Yeah.
Just in time for me to do it again.
No.
Sloop, you hit with your rapier for a fuck ton of damage, and the nearly boiled to death Swallybog dies. Nicely done. Dude, you would have killed him just with the attack. Like the whole, if he'd been fully healthy, that would have done it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sloop goes full Sephiroth from like up, like pointing down with the just dropping from the sky, and then the butterfly wings flutter, and he's gonna move back up 20 feet because fly is insane. Gives you 60 feet of movement. That's out of control.
Yeah. All right. Tig, what do you want to play with now? There is still a broodling in the water next to Auric, making big eyes at Icky.
Yeah, I'm again gonna cast aside all care for physical well-being and spear tackle this thing.
Spear tackle the cat. Like it's the size of a cat.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I
love
wish
this.
I wished to decorate the swamp.
And it's swimming. Yeah, you go for it. Spear tackle a swimming cat. Yeah, that does it. Probably enough. How many hit points did it have? 4. It had 4 hit points. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you spear
hit
tackle
by
it,
a
and you
wooden
just
bus.
wind up swimming through it.
Fabulous. I would like to continue swimming through to get to this guy.
You actually can't get there. That's as far as you can get with your swim.
Is there
you can
anything?
You can get to there, but that's it. Don't worry, Helvig's got this. He's going to radiant it to death.
Is there anything nearby that I can use to pull myself towards the shore?
Yeah. I mean, you could just swim in a not straight line and be there instead.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I had enough movement left. That's all.
Oh, no. As in, yeah, you could swim in a slightly diagonal way and get there, but you wouldn't be able to get any further than the shore.
Okay, then yeah, I will swim.
Still wouldn't
to
be
the
able to
shore.
make it to the Swallybog. Yeah.
Yes, so I will swim to the shore.
Cool. Alrighty.
Yeah, bonus, well, free action. Helvig! Tiny
Oh,
tribe
that's
got this!
I'm okay. I'm above the water currently.
So now the we have a raid. Thank you for pointing it out. Yes, we have a raid. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, Daedric, I believe it was. Yes, greetings. We are currently battling a nasty mutant aboleth called Squall, or rather, at the moment, we're battling its broodlings in our little two-shot for
Yeah, we're trying
Heliana's
to-
Guide to Monster Hunting.
You're trying to kill all the things stopping us from getting to the apple.
Yeah, they're all trying to distract you. So we're going to get a lair action. Aqua Phantasm. That's one we haven't had yet. The water in the Broodmother's lair magically becomes a conduit for the unspeakable horrors of the Broodmother. How fun. That the Broodmother has witnessed in its vast memory. Each creature of the Broodmother's choice within the lair's waters must succeed a wisdom save or take psychic damage and become frightened of the huddled mass of creatures.
Excellent.
Come on.
That's what I wanted.
Wisdom saves all round. Hooray! That's a fail from V, another fail from Sloop, a fail from Helvig. Auric passes.
Oh.
Tig. Nope. Wow.
Oh, Sloop, by the way, Sloop. You have
Yes,
Fortune's favor.
I see all possible timelines, and it helps me not at all.
No,
I watch
you need-
myself collapse into a heap in every one of them.
the DC was 13. So everybody who failed, which is everyone except Auric, takes 1d6 psychic damage.
Oh.
4 psychic damage.
Yes, sir.
And you are
What you roll
all
afraid of.
And now you're all scared of the giant mass of creatures that seem to be slightly melting into each other.
Well, I can't see him, so
No, you can't. Auric, it's your turn.
I make a con save for fly. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm waiting for that to go down. That's why I'm getting as high as possible at all times.
I am gonna cast a second level magic missile, and I'm gonna split it to be 2 and 2 to the 2 remaining
Sure.
Swallywugs.
Yep, you do that.
So they each take
8 force damage.
yes.
That's the one next to Helvig explodes. The one next to V doesn't.
Okay.
Auric, a
But
thumbs
there
up.
was no way to split the damage up to make it kill both of them. I'll tell you for free.
have to do it myself.
Yeah, you could have gotten the one in front of V down to 1 hit point though.
If I had used them all. Okay. That's all my turn.
That's all good. Excellent. It's V's turn, and the Swallybog is the only boy left.
Alrighty, well, I guess I'll stab it again.
Stabbity stab, stab, stab it. 24. Yep, that'll hit.
Excellent. Take some damage, biatch.
Oh, it dies.
Excellent.
9 piercing. Yep, it expires. And the water around you is now an unhealthy yellow color, V.
I would like to get out of the water.
Mhm.
At what
And what-
point will I see the Broodmother and no longer be able to move forward?
When you get through the stuff. When you get
So
through
I'd have
the-
to get to the other side before I would see her and be like, nope.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Also, could you make that save for your Varga as well?
She wasn't in the water.
Land.
Each creature in the in the lair's waters. Okay, fair. In which case, actually, I do apologize. Sloop, you weren't in the water either, so you didn't fail.
Yeah, you have your. You still see realities.
In which case, and I don't know if this matters, Auric, but you didn't use that. You didn't expend. Oh no, it was his fortune's favor thing. Yeah, it didn't happen. I do apologize.
But I saw the reality where it did.
Yeah, you did. And you were like, oh, that's why I'm not in the water. I don't get in the water. That's a very good idea.
Existential dread sets in.
So, V, you go over to Varga.
Yeah, I should be able to get it.
And what does Varga do?
Who can Varga see from here?
Well, from where you are, you can now just about make out the glimpse of huddled creatures because it's big.
So that's everything else is dead.
That's about as far as you can get. Yeah, everything else is dead.
Okay.
What does Varga do?
But she doesn't have any distance attacks, does she really?
No, not really. She's got the breath weapon, but it's only like a 15-foot.
20-foot line, 5 feet wide.
There you go.
So she'd have to get in the water.
Well, she can fly as well, so she can be hovering above the water.
Tell you what, I'm going to tell Varga to kind of move down this way. I know she's encumbered, so she's only going to make it this far. Well, actually, we'll just make it there, so she's not right on the edge of the water.
Good idea. Alrighty. Yeah. And now it's the start of turn 4, which is fun because with a wet sucking sound, the huddle of creatures melds into a mass of writhing limbs, eyes, bones, and viscera. As the form of each creature dissolves into a single bubbling mound of flesh, the broodlings all turn tail, rushing to merge back with the creature. The ones that were fighting you are all dead, but the other ones that you can still see, there are some on the far edge, start swimming towards it, as do other creatures coming out of the underbrush. Several large snakes and a couple of alligators haul themselves out of the underbrush, and they're all just making a beeline for this melded mass of creatures. And it stops being that and starts being that instead. This is it is evolved, you might say. And
this isn't Dragon Ball. We're gonna wrap this up tonight.
It's got a very shitty initiative by the looks of it.
Good.
So everybody else will get to go first. And it's got some more swallybug friends who emerge from the swamps on either side of the muck. And it's top of the order, Helvig.
I'm terrified of that thing.
Yeah.
That's part of the lyrics.
Means you can't go any closer to it.
I know. And I have disadvantage on attack rolls. Well, I see it, which is gross. Wow.
Until the end of your next turn.
Not until the end of this.
This turn,
Life is pain. 65, so... Oh man. I can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere I want to go. I just cast Eldritch Blast at this thing over here.
You do that. Cast Eldritch Blast with disadvantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, with disadvantage. I have 2 of these. Oh man,
crit.
that's a bit
That'll
sad.
do. That's a bit sad, but yeah, it's still good.
11.
11 force damage on that swallybug.
Yeah. Did he explode?
No.
Oh. 18?
No. Ooh, yeah, does it.
8.
Is exactly the amount you needed. He does. You cut him down, Helvig, with disadvantage. Nicely
Right,
done.
murder is a bit therapeutic as I sink back down into the swamp.
Go back underwater. Yeah. Salute. Mr. Brainscale, it is your turn.
Yeah, Sloop is in the air trying to will himself forward, but it's the invisible wall of fear is just forcing him higher.
No,
and
you're
higher.
not frightened.
Oh, I'm not frightened.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember,
so
you went in the water.
I'm swooping right at it then.
Siri, be silent.
I'm
No.
excited too, Siri.
Yeah,
Well, that was a sound effect.
yeah sorry. No.
And I was like,
The
that's
sound it makes
fabulous.
when Sloop is flying. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will try to drop down on it and attack it with my
Very well. You do that.
20
Oh,
to hit.
20. Yeah, you do that. You attack it. Well, how much? You wouldn't get the sneak,
So
unfortunately.
just 9.
Just 9. But that's pretty good. And something else had already taken 11. Yeah, very well. Noted. You do that.
And Sloop is, just hovering above the water now, facing
Right
off
next
against
to it. Okay. What you can see, Sloop, basically, it has the appearance of a brain, but made entirely of broodlings.
Yeah, so he's just like, Avasti! Oh, gross!
And it's time for another lair action. We're going to do Plague Tide again. You will be quiet. Can everybody roll me a con save, please?
I love Plague Tide.
Yeah,
I'm
Plague
not
Tide's
in
one
the
of
water.
Bitch.
Woot woot.
Helvig is completely submerged. Auric is there, and Tig is next to the water.
It builds
So
character.
It counts
Yeah,
for
and I'm-
Tig.
Yeah.
You're
I
gonna
believe
say it
Sloop is
doesn't,
Sloop is
I
Yeah,
would
you're
have
You're
above
above
the
the
water.
water.
yeah.
Oh.
Cool. You all fail. You're all poisoned. You only needed a 13, but none of you got it.
I'm gonna
back to-
use my last chronal shift to reroll my save.
Very
Oh,
well.
and I will see all realities.
Yes. What?
It did not matter. I
my
am
God.
worse. We
So
both
it's-
got worse. We both got worse timelines.
This is the best
Like,
possible.
why would you make it worse?
Plague Tide is the best. All right. What are you
Like your stomach or the
yipping about?
dog?
It's the dog. All right. Shush. Tig, it's your turn.
Dig!
You're the least frightening dog possible. Can you shush, please?
She's trying her best.
like,
I'm
I'm
going
very
to
smart.
use my movement to move here to this little island because that's
Mhm.
pretty much all I can do. And so that I do not lose my rage, I'm gonna slap myself in the face
Oh,
out of
you're
rage.
allowed to do that? You have to make an attack that you can hurt yourself with, right?
Okay then. 1 + 1 is 2.
Psychic damage to try it.
Just think mechanically you're not allowed.
Do
I mean, you
I
can.
don't
You
know if
have
it's
more
an
than.
option.
Yeah,
It's
you'll
not,
have
as
more
far
than
as I'm
one.
aware.
Yeah, you have to take damage.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, bugger.
And I think it counts as rather meta manipulating the rules to hurt yourself deliberately
okay, I
to
wasn't
maintain
sure.
your range.
Sorry. Sorry. Then I guess I pretty much just sit there and throw a temper tantrum.
Yeah, sure. While you try and hurt your. I love the idea that Tig is sitting on the rock in the middle
She's
of this
stupid
fight,
enough.
just going like, 1 + 1 is 2. Ugh. Sounds like she's trying to take a shit, but she's actually doing math.
That sounds spot on.
Number 2.
Who does number 2?
At the end here, just a little.
4. Auric, it's your turn, please, dear God.
Oh, no.
Tig, if you were poisoned, you can now make a save to not be poisoned.
Oh, fabulous. Constitution.
And
save.
you're no longer, if you were frightened of it, you're no longer frightened of it. Con save. Nope, you're still poisoned. What the fuck with all these bad saves? You have a +6.
6.
It's Tig.
Yeah.
Okay, since I'm poisoned, I'm not going to waste any spell slots on an attack, but instead I will cast use my last 3rd level spell slot to cast Haste on Tig, so she can go fast. And has 2 more AC and all that fun jazz that comes with Haste, so she can go beat up this brain on her next turn.
Nice.
And then I will slowly shamble backwards into the brush. And that is my turn.
Sensible. Okay. Great. Then it's
do I do a con save now to try to?
Yep.
Excellent.
And you're no longer frightened as well, if you were frightened before.
I was not. I was the only one not frightened.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Con save. That is 13. The DC you needed.
Oh, thank God. That's my turn.
It is Swallybug's turn. The Swallybug is going to run and attack Varga with its trident. Ooh. 14 doesn't, but an 18.
14 doesn't.
But an 18 does. For 9 piercing.
Oh, Varga's mad now.
Also, V, you've got to be making con saves for the amount of damage you've taken. I think you've taken a damage a couple of times to maintain the concentration on that armor of hers. Don't worry about it for now, because you've only taken some quite low amounts of damage, but still, in the future, next time you get hit, you need to remember to do that. So yeah, Varga takes 9 points of piercing damage, and what happens to the guy? Because of the peppermint armor? Is it 2d4?
I'm just trying to get to it. Make sure I don't say anything that's not accurate. Yes. If the creature hits with a melee attack, the creature takes 2d4 fire damage.
Very well. All right, roll me 2d4s.
2d4s? Oh, fuck off. What the shit was that?
2d4. Okay. Yep, it's now your turn, actually.
Great. Well, I'm going to rush to the side of my dragon.
Your noble dragon steed.
My noble dragon steed. And shit, I just realized, sorry, for people who don't know, I normally play this character as a rogue, which means I would get advantage right now because it's flanked.
Yeah.
But I don't.
No.
I'm kind of annoyed about that. So I was like, ooh, it's flanked. Doesn't fucking matter. Okay.
Cross-classing into rogue as a monster hunter would be a really good cross-class. Just a single level of rogue with monster tamer.
That would be amazing.
You can flank stuff with your buddy.
Well, since I can't sneak attack, but I can still stab this bitch.
Yeah. 25, that'll do it. Roll me damage. B, you're rolling real good tonight.
To the girl who just rolled 2 ones.
Well, no, to hits though. I don't think you've actually missed an attack yet. Cool, yeah, it takes 7 piercing damage. And you slash at one of its rubbery-looking legs. And then what do you tell Varga to do?
Finish him.
And Varga says, gladly. Make a dragon attack.
Yep, she's gonna bite this bitch.
23 is plenty. It's about 10 more than you needed. For 6. Oh, don't forget to roll the 1d4 acid damage.
Acid damage.
Get a 4. No. It's still up, but it's not looking good at all. It looks rather dragon savaged. It's looking about as healthy as the one that Auric boiled before it got killed by Sloop, which was massive overkill. Cool. And now it is the Lesser Brood Chrysalis, because we're doing this at 5th level rather than at 11 or 17. All of the one-shots that come in the book come at 3 different levels, so differing levels of heroes can do them. Cool. It is going to make the Lesser Brood Chrysalis makes 3 sticky ectoplasm attacks against different targets. It is going to shoot at Tig, obviously, probably at Helvig, because he's sitting up and being dangerous, and the last one will go at V.
Sloop
no,
is
it will-
right there.
Oh, sorry. Yes, no, it'll go at Sloop. I do apologize. Yeah.
Like, not to dump you in it, Sloop, but
No, I couldn't.
you're right
I couldn't
there.
see him.
Correct.
And you're
So you
hiding
can stab
behind.
him.
and
Yeah.
I'm hiding
So here we
behind a
go.
swallybog and a dragon.
So the first one was towards Tig, 24 to hit. You take 11 acid damage. The target speed is reduced by 15 feet until the target uses an action to remove the ectoplasm. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
disgusting.
Second one is at Helvig.
No.
Not enough. The
In the
third
water.
will be at Sloop. It is a ranged weapon attack, so it's disadvantage.
Ooh.
Still 24.
Oh my
That was
god.
disadvantaged.
You take 9 acid damage, Sloop, and your speed is reduced by 15 feet.
Okay.
Thanks to Fly, that's still like 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tig, you still have 75 movement with haste.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still do good.
half though, because she's in the water.
I'm on land.
75 total.
Yeah, but
you'll
as soon
be
as you
jumping
try
in
and
the
move.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, we go back to the top of the order. Helvig, 2 point.
It's me.
5. Yep, that is true. It is you.
I glance over. Does it look like Oryx like just gonna perch on
None of
his
you are scared anymore, by the way.
island? And I'll go
Oh yeah,
closer.
Oric looks like he's probably gonna at most go 5 feet forward and then move 10 feet back again.
Okay. I'm gonna use my action to summon my familiar. Josh.
Pier.
Here is gonna come out this dragonfly. Big. Just imagine a bigger dragonfly.
Yeah. Similar wings to Sloop.
I can do it within 30 feet, so I do it right next to Mr. Oric. Good sir.
Cool. You do that.
Bam,
Pop-
here he
Pop
is.
Pier on the map.
What a good boy, and he's just gonna
He
chill
arrives and he
there.
goes, Pier.
Yeah, you got this, buddy. I swim over. Submarine time.
Sure.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Over
Cool.
you. And bonus action, heal. I think I don't need to do that. I'll do that in an emergency. It seems like an emergency might come up soon.
Just
That's my
doing
turn.
this everywhere.
That's my turn. Yeah, that's me.
I feel this is very much R2D2 and Dagobah.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the vibe I'm getting completely. Up to and including the clanking noises
He's
whenever
shiny
he
and
moves around.
silver, man.
Yeah, it's a 3-foot tall, shiny metal thing in a swamp. Yeah,
That or the weird monster in the garbage disposal.
Yes.
Trash
and
compactor.
actually, last week when the shark ate the swallowbug, that was entirely the vibe I was trying to give. When the fin comes out of the water and eats R2, that was exactly what I was doing. Cool. Sloop, it's your turn. You are there. And you just got ectoplasmed.
Ah, gross! And stab.
You stab it. 24. Yeah,
4
you stab it real good.
for another 9.
Another 9 piercing damage. Okay.
And this time I will bonus action disengage
Yep.
and fly up 40 feet.
40 feet upwards. Noted. You are no longer next to it, so it's easier for it to hit you. Okay.
Oh, no.
Wait a sec.
Hang on a minute. Yeah. Tig. Oh, wait. Sorry. Tempestuous turbulence. Lair action. The water within the lair rises
Son
and
of a bitch.
swells. Everybody who is not, everybody who is in the water or within 5 feet of the water's surface makes a strength saving throw.
Oh, wait, I'm poisoned. I still have to do that as well. Here we go.
Varga is safe, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Helvig,
And then-
you are good. Tig, you have passed your strength save.
No, that's my
Helvig is
poison thing. Yeah.
Oh, sure. No, Helvig's strength save is 10, failed. He gets pushed. No, actually, he gets dragged towards it.
Oh.
This is what I wanted.
Is Oric considered 5 feet from the water? I think.
I believe you deliberately weren't.
I was trying not to be, yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget that Swallybog has to roll as well, Josh, the one next to V.
Yeah.
Because V just got swept out into the bay, so.
Yeah, it also gets swept out into the bay. You and the Swallybug are now 20 feet out into the bay next to each other, both prone.
Just try to drown him.
I don't think I can. I think I can breathe underwater.
Yeah, he breathes underwater.
Okay.
It's like
drag
trying to
him
drown a
backwards.
fish.
Drag
Maybe
him
you can
backwards.
persuade him that he
Something,
can't.
I don't know.
You can't breathe underwater.
Convince him. They're easily influenced.
Why would it
You
tell me
forget
that?
how to breathe.
I would like to make a persuasion check to drown him.
Allow me to drown you, please.
I am God. God likes you drowning. Okay. All right. It's Tig's turn.
Great. I'm gonna move the 35 feet that I can move to get only just here.
Yep, you do that.
Only just make
Only
it.
just.
Only
Sure.
just make that. It was from there to there.
Cool. You do that.
There we go. And so that's my movement, and I'll use my action to remove the ectoplasm.
Very well.
And bonus
Um,
action.
It's a strength check, please.
Oh, strength check.
It's a yeah.
Check or save?
Check. Or is it? No, I think it's a check. Yeah, you remove it successfully.
Yes.
Well done.
Yay! Just
Cool. It's now the Swallybog's turn. He's going to stab V.
Does he have to?
I mean, yeah, he does. And you are prone. So he gets advantage. Oh. Does a 15 hit you?
Equals
think
beats.
so. Yeah. So he gets both. The 15 does 8 piercing, and then the crit does a further 13.
Oh,
So
this really
21.
pisses me off. So as a reaction, I cast Hellish Rebuke.
Nice. He dies. The water around him boils, and he had 2 hit points left.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he dies. He boils.
Excellent.
Well done, V.
I like
That's
to
an
think she
interesting-
says something really classy, like "You slimy motherfucker."
Well, you're underwater as well.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
oh my god.
she says that. This is why I married her. She's so talented and clever. And classy as well, I think. That's the
Yes.
most, yeah.
Maximum.
Maximum class. So, V, please make a... I don't actually think you can pass this Constitution save to maintain the fly.
You mean the peppermint?
Oh, peppermint plate, yeah.
Mid plate.
Because you've taken 23 damage. Yeah, so peppermint plate fades, unfortunately. You lose concentration on it. But it did, hurt something that you just killed with your... don't also forget to take off that spell slot. But
I
good
did.
job, he died.
Sorry, what was the total damage on that last one?
23 all up.
Oh, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah, he did good.
I'm like below 10 hit points.
Oh dear.
Stick with me.
Varga
Good
will
sensation.
continue being useful even if you do fall unconscious. It's now worthy to note that several... I'm just going to use these tokens. They aren't broodlings. They are various swamp creatures. Smuggeek, can you roll me a D4 in chat? Please type !roll space 4. Because that many creatures, 4, yeah,
Yes.
swim out of the underbrush and start swimming towards the chrysalis with intent in their eyes. 2 of them are big snakes, and a couple of them are... One's an iguana, and one is a small crocodile.
This is like a raid now.
And we are at Tigariel. No, Auric.
Okay. Cool. Would you say this brain monster thing
Yes.
is a some kind of aberration?
I think it'd be a reasonably fair description of it. Yes, large aberration. Lawful evil.
And seeing these looking pretty hurt.
And he's still underwater, I'd like to.
Yeah. And
okay. Then I'm gonna send Gladstone out to fly over and land on V so that I can cast a touch spell through him to give her protection from evil and good.
Ooh.
Which until the actually no, I take that back. Never mind. I don't do that. 'Cause that would end haste on Tig. And that would be really bad. Instead, I'm just gonna take a few steps forward and then just am I within? Yeah. And then I'm just gonna fire off a firebolt at the big guy, the big brain.
Very well. Ooh. 14.
14. Yes.
Does not hit. Sort of pings off one of the broodlings.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually deflects into the water.
Fair enough. All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh wait, I walk back into the brambles.
V. V, and to a lesser but equal extent, Varga.
Well, I'm going to stand up.
Well, you're sort of treading water.
Cool. I'm gonna get out of the water.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go over to the shore.
Paddle over to the shore. Yep.
Go to the shore. Shake myself like a dog. And then what I'm going to do is to check, Sloop is flying 40 feet in the air, correct?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
This is correct. So if there was a breath weapon used, he would not be in the area effect.
Just need to double check.
Fireball.
I do not have fireball, sadly.
No, she doesn't have. So it's an interesting point. Monster tamers do not have any offensive magic. They are entirely buffs, which I think is great, and the way they should be. It's thematically it makes sense. Though they do get hellish rebuke from V gets hellish rebuke from being an infuser type. They get subclass spells. And I think you got Peppermint Plate and Hellish Rebuke were the two spells you got from that.
What's the range? Okay, good. So I'm not close enough to use the closest thing I have to an offensive spell. Sadly. I keep yanking my earphones. So I'm gonna shoot the Broodmother with my crossbow.
Sure.
Which probably won't do a lot, but you know what? I'm trying here, guys.
You're very dexterous, so nope. It pings off as well, unfortunately. It just bounces off one of the... So these things are schooling like a school of tuna. And maintaining this form and shape, but constantly moving. And one of them, you hit one and it drops off, but it doesn't appear to do anything, makes no material difference to the whole thing.
Cool.
Yeah, you do that. What does Varga do?
Varga. Just check the range on that. 30%. Sorry, I'm just going to do some sneaky measuring. Okay, cool. I'm going to tell Varga to tootle on down here.
Yep.
And then she is going to use her breath weapon.
Ooh. Yep.
In the direction of the brood, the weird Broodmother thing.
Would it also catch one of them in its blast radius? One of the approaching creatures.
It should catch the little one next to the thing.
Yeah, sure.
And Sloop should be out of range because he is elevated.
Above it. Yep, absolutely.
So, acid breath. The dragon exhales acid in a 20-foot line, 5 foot wide. Each creature in that line must make a saving throw, taking 4d8 acid damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one.
Dex save, you say? Oh, wow. It's really bad at them. A 13.
Oosh. Ah. Damn it. The DC was 11, so
Yeah.
it passes.
Surprised that it was that good, actually. And a 7. So the constrictor snake fails, but the lesser brood chrysalis passes. Which kind of makes sense. So what happens? Roll the damage?
Yes, I will roll some damage. So yes, it would take 4d8 acid. So let's roll that. Well, half of 4d8.
Yeah. But the constrictor snake will take the whole lot. 15, killing the...
Off with your bullshit.
Kills the... you got an 8 as well as a 1. It's not actually that bad. It's a little less than average, but it's still not bad. And the brood chrysalis takes 7. Yeah. Nice. Good job, Varga. Cool. End of your turn. The brood chrysalis is going to retaliate. It is going to make 3 sticky ectoplasm attacks. 1 at Tig, because Tig is getting awfully close and it's a bit uncomfortable with that. 1 at Sloop and 1 at Varga. So first one at Tig, 12, no.
Yep.
Second one at Sloop, 27 is a crit for, oh dear, 23 acid damage.
Sloop.
Shit.
Drops
Is Sloop okay?
from the sky like a
Oh, no.
wet sack of bricks into
Oh, no.
the slop.
Oh dear. Yeah, so it's now in the water. He's now in the water, floating right next to it. And the third one is at, a crit fail on the one at Varga. Varga dodges neatly out of its way. Yeah, nice. All right, we go to the top of the round. What happens is these creatures reach it and meld into it. All of them swim there and get over to it.
Oh,
And
man.
interestingly, the hard carapace of the chrysalis ruptures open with a damp crack, releasing the tentacled form of a rubbery skinned aboleth, which Sloop is now, the unconscious body of Sloop is now right next to.
Oh, he's a snack. He's an easy snack.
Interesting. Cool. So 1, 2, 3 creatures made it to him. That's cool. That's even then. Well done. Good job. So let's just roll the initiative for the aboleth.
You can't beat a 29.
17. Sorry?
He's like, you can't beat my 29.
No, I can't, but I can, and I nearly beat Sloop's 22. Helvig, it is your turn first. Do something! Save him, Hempernite!
My arm is shooketh at seeing Sloop fall down, and I swim over.
You do that.
I swim over. Sloop! I see my firefly wing still going because it's my spell, even though he's unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
You do that. A little nervous that the healer is there.
16.
Wow, that's... Oh, it's... At 3rd
Yeah,
level. You do it.
Theory.
Yeah, I did. I rolled pretty shit.
Yeah, wow, that's rough. 13, you say. Sloop, you heal for 13 damage.
It's exactly just below average.
Yeah.
13. That is enough to be alive. And that's what Sloop cares about.
He saved the captain.
Don't
Yep.
breathe in the water.
Yeah. Cool. You are
That's my action.
you are lying prone in the water right next to a reformed aboleth. The water around you, Sloop, is a murky yellow.
Oh,
no.
God.
Oh, it's
Can
worse
you-
than
can
the
I-
death was.
Can I pull him out? Can I pull him back? No. We're
I
not
will
allowed to
allow
touch
you.
the other.
Cure wounds is an action, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't physically move him away then, unfortunately.
No, my fireflies that are in propeller mode are like, no.
Yeah.
Bonus action. I need to save that. I feel like shit's gonna go down. No, that's it. I stay there.
Cool.
I need to be solidarity with Sloop. I need to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, alrighty, cool. It's Sloop's turn.
Okay. Yeah, Sloop wakes up and turns to Helvig and just says, "That was the perfect opportunity to betray me and take my share. It's, it's kind of the thing that we... Anyway, you have saved yourself one betrayal from me, Lord of Murder." And Sloop will then turn and see the aboleth and then just kind of like, I will bonus action disengage and start flying up again.
Sure.
Just going like 10 feet above the aboleth, probably getting within eye level of it. And just going like, please, you big, you have bested all of us. Clearly, we are inferior to you. And using my kobold ability of grovel, cower, and beg.
Oh, excellent.
So as an action, you cower pathetically to distract nearby foes. Allies gain advantage on attack rolls against enemies within 10 feet that can see and hear me. Only
Nice.
something like some god-like, extremely fast and strong tree could possibly save us. And that is certainly not something that will happen.
4 of its 8 glowing red eyes down the center of its carapace meet your gaze, Sloop, and it watches you intently.
And that is
yeah.
my turn.
You do that. I love it. It's now it's a lair action. Aqua Phantasm. Everybody make wisdom saves if you're in the water.
Yay!
At least Sloop is not in the water anymore.
I'm not in the water, but I am close.
Sloop is Helvig. You're the only one in the water.
Okay.
I must commit to this submarine RP.
Do it, man.
Oh, the
Helvig!
Double crit. You save it for that to avoid being frightened of the thing you're obviously frightened of.
Marine, he's impenetrable.
Yeah, he's a little metal boy. Cool. It's the aboleth's turn. The aboleth is okay. So what do we do? The aboleth is surrounded by infectious mucus. A creature that touches the aboleth or hits it with a melee attack while within 5 feet. Okay, well, no, it's not that. It's going to firstly. It's going to. Wow. Okay, it's going to make 3 tentacle attacks at Helvig. And.
You made my friend scared, I think. He's cowering.
21, 25.
Yes, that 25 hits.
The 25 hits.
Yep.
For 13 damage.
God.
Yes, it is.
Regret.
Gary, no.
And
My
then
regret
it-
is palpable.
And then it gives birth. It produces a broodling in a adjacent space.
Nasty.
Even take blood and eat that.
Yeah. There you go. Oh yeah, it's got that. Ooh. Yep, cool. That's its turn. Helvig, you've taken that damage. Yep. Somebody else's turn.
I'm in so much
It's Tate.
pain.
Takes 10. Yay.
Yeah.
I would like to rage.
I'm not surprised by this. Yes, bonus action, rage.
Bonus action rage. I will then proceed to use not that far away, so I'll just recklessly attack. Throw aside all caution to the wind.
Very well.
And I'm going to lunge forth and attempt to pretty much just stab and scratch out and scoop out its eyes with
Okay.
arm.
Sure.
Uh-huh. Do
So
the
you get
thing.
advantage.
Yes.
You already
you
have
don't need to-
advantage because
You
of,
don't need to recklessly attack. Is my point.
Yeah.
You have
Oh,
advantage
yes. Sorry, my
On the
apologies.
ground. Yeah.
from Sloop's awesome move. 17. Ooh, that is a point.
What?
Does beat its AC.
Yes!
Nice.
Yeah.
Ah!
Just for 13 bludgeoning.
I'll take it.
Oh, we'll just check. Believe that's. Yep.
Yes.
13 bludgeoning.
And I'll do my second attack. Caution to the wind again. We're gonna do Great Weapon Mastery.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I want this thing to die.
fair, fair.
It hurt, Tiny Tribe.
Equals beats. God, you had that advantage. Yeah. So,
20,
wow.
29.
29. Gosh. 29. It roars in anger and pain and frustration.
Do I get its eyes out?
You get one of them.
One. I'll
You
take
get
it.
one of them. You are holding its eye in your hand.
You
Damn
get haste action.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Haste
haste
it.
action.
Attack
I
again.
don't think I've ever had a haste action before.
Yeah, you get to attack again.
Basically-
one more time.
One more
Just
attack.
one.
Hell yeah.
Hits.
Yes.
Roll the damage. Oh, fuck me.
Nice.
Again?
Whoa!
I didn't declare Great Weapon Mastery.
You did not.
Fuck.
Just 19.
Yeah.
That's
And
big.
I
though.
didn't know that was a thing. I get a haste action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey!
I think you would have missed if you called it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
would've
would've.
called it.
It's okay though. I'm helping
Glad you did it.
in the only way I can.
Very good. All right. It's Oryx's turn.
Oh, right. I will step out of the brambles again. And with my advantage, we'll fire off a second level chromatic orb.
Do it.
Let's see, what type of damage do I want? We'll do thunder damage. Why not?
Oh. Hits.
22. Let me see if I get a crit.
Oh.
Do not get the crit, but I do hit.
Oh my God. Look at the
28 thunder
second-
damage.
Look at the
And then
damage on the second one.
Wow,
Oh,
that's a big
gosh.
difference.
Yeah.
3 ones, a 2, and a 3. You know,
Wow.
28 versus. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah, it shatters a good portion of its carapace. It roars in anger, and for the first time, you think possibly a little bit of fear.
Excellent. Well, fire off that concussive blast and then hide in the brambles again.
You do that. V, it is your turn.
Okie dokie.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. It's going to make a legendary action. Because it can. It is going to use Suction Drain. It is going to attempt to grapple one creature within 10 feet of it. Oh, and Tig, you need to make a con save, please. You pass it. It's fine.
Speaking
You are
of,
not.
I
You
need
are
to
not.
do the same for the fly.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Ooh, looks like Sloop falls back out of the sky. Suction drain. So it is. All right, then. So it's going to make a grapple attack on. I'm going to say Helvig. It's going to grapple you, Helvig.
I can't believe this. He'll kill me in the one shot as well.
So it's
That
going
would
to-
feel very rude.
It would. A
22
16.
AC. No. Wait.
No, it's a strength
That's not
check,
the
unfortunately. It's
expression.
grapple.
Oh God.
Strength or dex, you can use acrobatics to avoid it.
I am better at that, funnily enough. Take me.
You take...
Fine first. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the
if the
plan.
aboleth succeeds, the creature takes 4d6 necrotic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8. Oh god, 10, 18 necrotic damage.
Yeah, he gets me in the soft gaps.
Oh dear.
I'm unconscious.
Helvig goes unconscious as it sucks the life from you, Helvig. V, it is your turn.
Okay. So I would see Helvig go down.
You do.
Alrighty.
Wait, I just die.
It's the afterlife, man. Just believe that you don't die, and that's how it works. That's the only, that's the only reason Tig is still here.
And I persuade him to not to not kill me with his last attack on it.
Luckily for you, Helvig, you're not the only one with healing spells. So I see you go down, and I will cast Healing Word upon you. So you get a D4 plus 5. So let's see how good this works. You get 9 points back, Helvig.
Thank you.
You're very
Helvig,
welcome.
you are back up. And V, that was your bonus action. Do you want to use your action to command your person to do the thing?
Yes, I will use my action to command Varga to attack the aboleth.
She is going to swoop towards it and attack the aboleth. Make an attack action.
Well, actually, she's going to roll a d6 first to see if she gets her breath weapon back.
That's a good idea. Do that.
And she does!
It does.
She does!
Yes,
So-
yes, she does.
Yes, yes, she does. Oh, you get
She's
another
gonna-
shot!
Swoop out over the bay to not catch all of your friends in the breath weapon blast.
Yes. She'll...
Sensible.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to click on. Hang on. The map is moving. Because, yes, it's 20 foot, 5 foot wide, so she'll need to come out. She's going to come out to this nifty little platform here. So she can blast there.
Without killing anybody else.
Yep. So she won't get any of her friends. She'll just get the aboleth.
I will make the dex save. The aboleth. I wonder if it's dexterous. No, flat 10. Okay.
Ha ha! It fails!
It fails. Full damage. Roll them bones. Oh gosh, this could kill it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
19. 19 is more than enough. Yes. Varga. This is oddly appropriate as well, I think. Varga slays the beast. Squall goes down under the acidic breath of one of the creatures it had bewitched. Congratulations, you have slain the Broodmother.
Woohoo!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Oh, and
Aga! Boss bitch of the swamp!
all hail the Lords of Murder. Agreed, Smut Geek. That was excellent. All hail indeed. You return to Dr. Dulot's house, dragging the corpse of the bloated Broodmother. Already, Varga is looking significantly healthier.
I imagine she's trotting along with a certain sense of smugness as well.
Yeah.
And B's like,
She's
you did so good. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, she's prancing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm chanting.
Yeah. Dr. Dulot is standing on her porch as you guys drag this floating corpse along behind you. Sloop possibly standing atop it, looking like a conquering hero riding his vessel. Helvig looking really not very well at all.
Tig dragging the body and like cradling Helvig like a very tired mother.
Oh.
Well, drinks on me, I think. Perhaps you'd all like to meet the lady who suggested your services. She sets to butchering the corpse. But she says, but before I get to this, she takes you all inside, goes to the nearest fireplace, and takes a small potion vial out of her pocket and throws it into the fireplace, at which a puff of green smoke comes out, and where once was a fireplace is now a handsome wooden door.
I'm
Opening
winding up
said
my
door
arm.
leads you to the Loot Tavern, where you meet the person who suggested your services. Heliana is there, an athletic-looking half-orc woman with her arm in a sling and her hair in thick braids, is leaning against the bar when you enter. She nods to Dulots and gestures you guys over. Hope you had a fun time in the swamp. The good doctor seems happy. But now the audition is over. How'd you like to do some real monster hunting?
I haven't put Varga away, so she's like sitting next to me, and I'm just like patting her head. I'm like, the only reason I'm not really mad at you is because I have a dragon. So you can keep talking.
And I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Yay!
Because we ran a little over.
A little
It's
over.
the boss fight. It's okay.
Thank you for sticking with us, chat. Yeah. Does this mean this continues, Smuggy? Yeah, could do. I definitely want to get this. I definitely want to get this group back for more.
Yeah.
It's super fun. So thank you everybody so much for watching and playing. Thank you to the Loot Tavern and the Hit Point Press for their great work writing the source book. Thank you to JessJackdaw. She does amazing work in this book as well. Thank you to Serum and Kobe and Brepai for their work behind the scenes. I must remind our audience, please go and check out the Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting Kickstarter. And you too could be one of over 14,000 backers. What are we up to? Hang on, I've got it open. 14,663 backers, 27 hours to go, 2,550,389 Australian. Oh, sorry, 14,932 backers. They are 67 backers off now, because we've just had another one. It keeps clocking up, off 5,000 backers, which is pretty epic. And the artwork is amazing. On the front cover is a magnet dragon. It looks upsetting. I don't want to fight that shit.
Oh,
okay.
It's a thing of beauty. I love.
It's so cool. So guys, thank you so much for playing with me. Thank you to my wonderful players. Guys, tell me where the fuck you are from. Mike, talk about yourself for a while.
Hi, my name's Mike Farty. I am the DM over at Wonders and Blunders. We're a 5e horror comedy podcast with a nice family vibe. And you can find us wherever you get your podcasts or at Wonder and Blunder on any social media.
Marvelous. Thank you very much. Dan, who are you?
Hi, I'm Dan. Also D-Rep in Twitch chat and Roll for Damage's Discord. Otherwise, I am a Lord of the Meat Space. You can't find me anywhere except for Mondays, Australian Western Standard Time, 8 p.m. over same channel. Just a couple days back for Humblewood, where I play a Yeehole wizard named Bennett who eats dead things.
No one knows about that yet.
Very wholesome. Yeah, don't tell anyone about that.
He appears to have a deal with the head of the infirmary for the corpses of people that come through.
I love him.
He's gorgeous.
Not.
Well, exactly. He's a very
Thank
Tig
you.
kind of person. Tig and Bennett
Yes.
would get on.
Yeah, thanks.
I would be his biggest fan.
Sean, tell us about yourself, Mr. Paradise.
Hi, everybody. Yes, I am Mr. Paradise himself. I am the DM over at Paradise RPG for our flagship show every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a lot of cool stuff over there, a lot of cool shows over there. So check us out on social media. You can find me at Odo_Sean on all social medias. And I play Auric, who I play today. I also play him in his older form in the Scales Above, where he's learned a lot more terrifying magic than what he uses now. And Gladstone has lived too many lives.
Poor old Gladstone.
No.
Splendid.
Owl with a haunted look in his eye.
I've seen some things,
Seen
man.
some shit, man.
I've seen some stuff, kid.
You don't know, man. You don't know.
Serious 30-a-day pack. Like, he's on camels, I think. Shrogirl, tell us about yourself.
Hey, I'm Shrogrill. Today my hair's purple. Who knows next week? I had a great time reliving my fabulous OG Tiggy days. And the best thing about being a Tig is I'm the only one.
Yeah.
And Tigs don't die.
No,
Prove me wrong. But
I tried.
yeah, everyone fails. But yeah, I had a great time playing with everybody tonight. You can pretty much find me here whenever I'm summoned back from the ether to relive one of my many crazy creations, or you can find me over on my own channel, Shrogrill, and join me in the Shro Lab, which is becoming a bit more of a lab now because I'm getting my microscope shortly, and we can all go on adventures to examine and do some investigation into plant life and carnivorous and insectivorous plants.
Ooh.
And whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much me. Also, my little bunny assistant this evening, who very conveniently decided to jump on my lap all the time, which was great.
Oh,
but yeah,
so
that's
cute.
me. That's where you can find me. I pop by.
Karen, who the hell are you?
Hi, I'm Karen, otherwise known as the Mother O Bunnies on Twitter and in chat. You can also check out the D&D podcast. I lend my dulcet tones to There Be Dragons, available where all good podcasts can be found. You can also check out my burlesque alter ego over on Instagram, Miss Lolamore, or my dirty puppet show, Paparotica, also over on Instagram. And if you've enjoyed V tonight, you can come back tomorrow night, same time, and you can get the Rogue edition. She doesn't have a dragon, but she does like kicking people in the balls. So it's lots of fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, Academy is ended tomorrow night. It will be the continuing adventures of Johnny's magical not boner. That is definitely a boner.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Technically
All of
not a
Karen's-
boner, definitely a boner.
Yeah. Madame et Monsieur, Dama und Herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I am Josh the Pirate, and I have been your humble DM and storyteller for this evening. I am on R4D an awful lot, almost an unhealthy amount, actually. It's really doing a lot of damage to my psychological conditioning. So, no, I love it. I adore it.
He's all happy and stuff. It's gross.
Yeah, it's gross. I am the DM of Humblewood on Monday nights, AWST. 8 o'clock, same bat time, different bat place. If you enjoyed my face and voice tonight, you can find me in Paparotica with Karen in Perth, in Fringeworld, and generally infesting the arts scene in Perth. Alternatively, if you like the majestic voice, but you think I can stand to tone the face down a bit, I am also part of the There Be Dragons crew. We're a 5e D&D podcast in a fantasy gunpowder setting where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Skern Felspar and his little dragon Rush. So, I don't want to belabor the point. Quickly, one favorite moment from everybody. One favorite bit for each of you, please.
For us? Just
Yes,
us?
each of you.
A Marine RP.
Yes, definitely that. Very solid. I meant just generally of the session, but yeah.
Oh,
The
in the
submarine
session.
RP was excellent. Really enjoyed that. I think my favorite bit was the Gladstone Helvig conversation.
Why are you naked? Please stop.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Weird.
Anybody else? Other favorite moments?
I loved Sloop becoming the god who sees all.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I am ascending!
Yeah.
I see the future. Amazing.
It was beautiful. Oh God, I think my favorite moment of the whole campaign. Oh jeez. Shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I gotta say telescope.
Yeah.
Periscope.
Periscope.
Periscope Helvig, yeah.
The Periscope was amazing.
I love that I was like off the cuff, just put an eye on it. Yeah.
Like forevermore, he is now R2D2 in a swamp.
Yeah.
Dagobah.
Absolutely. Sean, Mike.
I'd say meeting V's new dragon friend, Vago, and she was the lovely portrayal of her draconic her broken common, I suppose.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I loved seeing Auric discovering the ability to experiment on Gladstone. That was really just I can just make you again with the eggs. Was really, really good.
I love it because I really love bringing in established characters for this, because you actually get to see and incredibly talented role players as well. So you can actually work in to their back. Like, this is part of their backstory, how that all started. I just adore that. And it was like, this is supposed to be non-canon, but I feel like some of it might sneak into canon.
Oh no. Oh, Hell's future story.
I want Rogue V to have a dragon as well.
Yeah. I mean, Rogue V can totally cross-class.
Check with,
you
AJ.
You have to ask
she goes
me.
back into her world and
AJ.
she's got like a plushie of this, and she's just like, this is the worst carnival prize ever.
Guys, that was fun. Thank you so much for joining us. Chat, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. It has been crazy. It's been fun. Go check out Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting, as we have demonstrated this evening, hopefully. It's fucking cool content. We've been Roll for Damage. It's been great. So, yeah, we're going to go and raid somebody. Mr. Serum or Mr. Kobe, who are we going to raid? Who we got? Let's go and raid channel.
Let's press right now.
Oh.
There is someone online called Sensei Suplex, and I just think that's a really cool name, and they are playing.
And he's actually talking about like universe and world building and building final boss fights. Really?
Sensei Suplex talking about Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Well, we're going to go and raid Sensei Suplex then. That's cool. Love it. All right. Tell them where you're from. Tell them what we've been doing. Shout out, throw up your raid emotes in chat. And yeah, we will see you next time, guys. Thank you so much. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.